All right, welcome to another edition of Dr. Delay. I am Dr. Delay, and we've got another baseball game today. We have the Pirates and the Mets. I do apologize again. I haven't been able to um, be here the last few days, but I'm back now, and hopefully we'll get some games on this week. As we look at the standings here, again, it's always painful to look at it from a Pirates point of view. In the NL Central, we have the Cubs sitting at 23-18, the Cardinals 22-19, the Brewers 20-21, the Reds 20-22, and the Pirates at 14-27. In the NL East, we have the Mets at 26-15, the Phillies at 24-16, the Braves at 19-21, the Nationals 17-24, and the Marlins at 15-24. In the NL West, we have the Dodgers at 27-14, the Padres 25-14, pardon me. Giants 24-17, the Diamondbacks 21-20, and the Rockies at 7-33. In the AL East, we have the Yankees at 23-17, the Red Sox 22-20, Blue Jays 20-20, Rays 18-22, and the Orioles at 15-24. In the AL West, we have the Tigers 26-15, the Guardians 23-17, the Royals 24-18, the Twins 21-20, and the White Sox 12-27 or 29. Pardon me. Only 2 games above the White Sox. That's pretty sad. In the AL West, we have the Mariners 22-17, the Astros 20-19, the Athletics are 21-20, the Rangers are, they are 20-21, and the Angels are 16-20. About 12 games separate these guys, so if they were in the same division, the Pirates would be behind them by 12 games. It's just been pretty rough for the Pirates as of late. There's just not much to cheer for. Starting or leading off here for the Pirates, it's going to be Brian Hayes. He's batting .253 on the year with a 609 OPS, and on the mound for the Mets, David Peterson. He's 2-2 on the year, ERA of 3.05. Opponent batting average of .262, so they can get hits off him, but he does a pretty good job at keeping them from crossing home plate. So I don't really know what's happening with O'Neal Cruz, but O'Neal Cruz is not starting today, so I'm going to assume it's just an off day. I didn't hear anything about a injury, so I don't know. Hopefully it's rare. Don't want to see Cruz not in the starting lineup, especially on the offensive side of things. He's been our big guy. Here's the first pitch, and that's going to be a called strike down the middle to start this one off. Again, Brian Hayes batting .253, OPS of 610, 1 home run and 14 RBIs, as that one is going to be high for ball 1. Again, as always, feel free to chat. Don't hesitate to be a stranger. I don't mind talking to you guys, as that one's going to be outside ball 2. Talk about whatever you'd like. Talk about football. Talk about baseball. I don't mind talking about sports, really. It can be whatever you want, though. It can be the weather. Here's the 2-1. Hayes sends this one to right. Soto is under it and makes the catch for out number 1. And that's going to bring up Brian Reynolds. He's batting .210 on the year, OPS of 607. Definitely off to a slow start. Pretty concerning, but usually starts off slow, though. I'll admit this has been going on for a while, so we'll see what happens. Whole month of poor play. Here's the first pitch. We got a chopper to short. Lindor throws to Alonso for out number 2. 2 away through 5 pitches for Peterson. That's going to bring up Andrew McCutchen. He's batting .252, OPS of 737. So the Pirates already at 2 outs as Peterson's going to exchange baseballs. McCutchen will now step in. Peterson sets and delivers, and that's going to be way outside for ball 1. And again, like I said, feel free to chat about whatever you like. It definitely keeps the game more interesting, I can tell you that. Makes the energy higher, and talk about whatever you like. Here is the 1-0, and that's going to be taken outside for ball 2. McCutchen still one of the best hitters, albeit, again, OPS of 737 on the team. That's going to be down low for ball 3. McCutchen deserves better, I can tell you that. He definitely has every right to not be playing for the Pirates, and that one is going to be taken for a called strike on the outside part of the plate. 3-1 count. They're showing the interim manager, Kelly, and that's going to be chopped foul. Obviously, the manager wasn't great, but, again, you have to feel that there are much bigger issues with the Pirates. Our Pirates. We all know what it is, ownership. The GM they just can't develop. Here's the 3-2, and that's going to be outside ball 4. So McCutchen walks. And that's going to bring up the guy with the highest OPS in the starting lineup, Joey Bart, batting .291, OPS of 790. So 1 man aboard here for the Pirates. And again, Bart, .291, OPS of 790, 1 home run on the year, 10 RBIs. Power hasn't really been there like you'd expect, but and this whole team's been struggling, as that one is going to be a breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. 1-0 count. McCutchen on first. 2 away here in the top of the first. Looked like it's going to be a pretty quick inning. 5 pitches, 2 outs, but McCutchen was able to draw a walk there. Here's the 13th pitch, the 1-0, and that's going to be a breaking ball, called strike. 1-1 count to Joey Bart. Giving O'Neal Cruz the day off. I'm going to hope that pays off. I doubt it. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be ripped down the third base line. Oh, what a play. Throws to first. Oh, my goodness. What a play by the third baseman. That was Beatty. Brett Beatty. To throw him out, though, they are going to check this here. Wait, they're going to call it a foul ball now. Okay, so we're going to do this again. 1-2. It says out on there. And Beatty, looks like the Mets, they don't really care. I mean, it's the Pirates. Don't want to waste a challenge here in the first. It's pretty close. I would say it's slightly foul. So we'll do this again at 1-2. Joey Bart, actually, last few games that he's played, he's 6 for 12, 3 RBIs. So he's played really well, I guess, against the Braves and series prior. I don't know if he played. I doubt he played all 3 games. Here's the 1-2, and that's going to be in the dirt for ball 2. Again, Peterson was looking really solid the first 2 hitters, just 5 pitches, 2 outs, but now at 15 pitches, McCutchen at first, 2-2 count to Bart. Peterson sets and looks at McCutchen. And he delivers. That's going to be just high for ball 3, to the groans of the Met crowd. Just missed. I may have actually caught a part of the plate, not going to lie. 3-2 count here for Joey Bart. Peterson sets, stares at McCutchen, and delivers. That's going to be high, ball 4. So after 2 straight outs, 2 quick outs, Peterson follows it up with 2 walks. So the Pirates have runners on first and second, and that's going to bring up Matt Gorski. He's batting .226, OPS of .613. I do apologize, my voice it is off today. I can tell you that already. It is not feeling great. So I will do my best. It's not going to be my best announcer voice. Here's the first pitch, and that's going to be right down the middle. Strike one. 0-1 count here to Gorski. Again, .226, OPS of .613. 1 home run on the year. 2 RBIs. I believe that was in his first game, if I remember correctly. Here's the 0-1. Gorski fouls this one back. Quickly down 0-2 is Gorski. Runners on first and second. That'd be McCutcheon at second. Bart at first. As Met fans trying to clap, trying to motivate their pitcher. Here's the 0-2. Checked his swing, but he went on a pitch outside. He struck him out. So 2 left on there for the Pirates, but unable to do anything as we head to the bottom of the first. Your score, 0-0. Let's see here. We got some scores for you from around the league. The Cardinals-Phillies, they are 0-0 in the top of the third. Brewers-Guardians, bottom of the fourth, nothing there. Tigers up 2-0 on the Red Sox in the top of the third. Nationals-Braves, that is just now getting underway, 0-0. And I believe that is it. I believe there is no games. That's right. Everyone had a late start today, so there are no final scores. We'll probably be one of the first final scores. There'll be a 2 or 3 before us. But again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. If you're just a baseball fan or a football fan, I would definitely recommend hitting that subscribe button. It's free. It is free. I won't charge you a dime. Also, don't hesitate to comment in the chat about whatever you'd like. You guys pretty much serve as my color commentator, and I do appreciate talking to you guys. It's been a pleasure talking with other people throughout, the games that I've done. It's just, I don't know. It's pretty fun. But yeah, man, if you're just a baseball, football person, then hit that subscribe button. Again, it is free. Yeah, that's pretty much it. As we're going to have Paul Skenes on the mound to face this Mets lineup that's kind of cooled. It's still pretty solid, but it isn't what it was. So the Mets have been probably about 500, maybe just a tad bit 500 in the last 10 or so games. Lindor, Soto, Alonso, Nimmo, Vientos, McNeil, Alvarez, Beatty, and Acuna. Skenes 3-4 record, which is insane considering his ERA is below a 3. 2.77 ERA. Opponent batting average of a 192. Here's the first pitch, and that's going to be outside for strike one. That's definitely going to make Paul feel a little bit better. Here is the 0-1 to Lindor, and that's going to be low for ball one. Lindor batting 301 OPS of 880 as this one's hit. That's going to get past Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Canario's there to move quickly to hold Lindor at first. So the Mets with a leadoff single on Paul Skenes, and that's going to bring up Juan Soto. He is batting .252 OPS of 842. McCutcheon left, Canario in center, Reynolds and right, Hayes third, Kiner-Falefa at short, Triolo at second, Gorski at first, Davis behind the plate. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a changeup right down the middle. 0-1 count to Soto, 252, 842 OPS, 8 home runs, 19 RBI, starting to heat up a little bit here. So you'd feel that OPS should be a little bit higher. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be high upstairs for ball 1. 1-1 count here to Soto. Again, runner on first. Juan Soto's hit 5 home runs in his last 10 games. Here's the 1-1, and that's going to be outside for ball 2. 2-1 count here to Juan Soto. Soto trying to wake up here. Now we got a pickoff attempt, but nothing doing there. Again, my voice just not on it today. Just it's been called some games over the weekend from the radio station, so my voice is kind of chalked. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be outside ball 3. 3-1 count to Juan Soto. Now, Paul Skenes, I've mentioned it last few starts, kind of shaky. What do I mean by that? Just kind of wild with his location. I don't know if he's just trying too hard, but yeah, no, he's been a little bit wild. 3-1 count to Juan Soto. Lindor on first, nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 4. So we walk Soto. It's already 2 men on for the Mets with nobody out here in the bottom of the first. And that's going to bring up Pete Alonso, batting .320 on the year. OPS of 1047. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be inside ball 1. Again, I do apologize. I know that's going to be a little bit, my voice isn't great. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be a called strike. One and one count here to Juan Soto. Hold on. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Sorry, just checking to see if the audio's good. Audio seems to be a little weird. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. One and two count here to Pete Alonso. Nobody out, runners on first and second. Skenes sets and delivers. Alonso sends this one foul. One and two count here to Alonso. Again, runners in scoring position for Alonso. 368 batting average, 4 home runs, 23 RBIs, and 14 walks this year. I mean, that is insane. Oh, my goodness. Skenes delivers. That's inside ball 2. Again, Skenes has struggled in his recent not plate appearances, but just games. Just games in general with the location. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball to short. There's 1 and 2. A double play. So that's pretty big. That puts away 2 base runners. Only Lindor is on now at third. And that's going to bring up Brandon Nimmo batting .224, OPS of 717. Right to IKF. Just tosses it to Triolo, who launches it to Gorski. Here is Nimmo. Here's the first pitch. That's going to be inside ball 1. 1-0 count here. Nimmo, .224, OPS of 717, 8 home runs, and 25 RBIs. Love to see some of the Pirates with a lot of power, but not many there. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be a sweeper that catches the zone, 1-1. 1-1 count here to Nimmo. Runner on third here for the Mets. Base hit pretty much gets Lindor in. Here's the 1-1. This one is popped up, but that's going to get out of play back behind home plate. 1-2 count. Skenes with a great opportunity here to get out of this. Well, it was a jam, not necessarily anymore. Skenes sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, so he gets out of the scary jam there to begin the first as we head to the top of the second. Your score 0-0. Some scores from around the league. We have the Cardinals Phillies 0-0 at the end of 3. Guardians up 3-0 over the Brewers in the top of the 5th. Tigers up 2-0 over the Red Sox in the bottom of the 3rd. Nationals Braves 0-0 in the bottom of the 1st. And again, that's pretty much it for now, as no other games are really happening at the moment. So just going to have to chill and wait and see what happens later down the road. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I do these things as often as I can. Now, I didn't really get to the last 3 days. I'd been working long shifts. I did call 2 softball games Friday and Saturday, and my voice is a little bit shocked from them. But I was pretty much gone the whole day, so I do apologize not being able to stream some games. But yeah, if you're a baseball fan or football fan, this is the channel for you. Again, I stream as many live games as possible. Football season will definitely be here, so if there's a game that you can't watch, recommend it to me, and I'll do that game. Especially, for football season, I'm definitely going to be doing it. But baseball season, if I'm able to, I will do it. Just let me know. Also, again, don't be a stranger. Hit that chat if you just want to chat about whatever. Talk about football, baseball, whatever's going on in the sports world. The Cowboys, Eagles is now the opening game for the NFL season. That ticks me off. But maybe you like it. I don't know. But, yeah, that's just kind of mildly infuriating. But, I knew the Eagles were going to host. I was expecting Lions or Commanders. But, no, we get the Cowboys. Ooh. We don't get enough of the Cowboys on TV. All right, top of the second here. That's going to bring up Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, batting .280 on the year. OPS of 663. As I'm waiting for them to show the first pitch, but they really want to show this lady talk, as that first pitch is in there, called strike. 0-1 count. Hannah Mears. Yep, she definitely likes talking. Here's the pitch down low, ball 1. 1-1 count here to Kiner-Falefa. Here's the pitch. And this one's hit to left. Fly ball, and that is going to be... Oh, it's going to be gone! Clear the deck. Cannonball coming. Kiner-Falefa with the line drive over the left field wall. That was kind of unexpected. Oh, my goodness. He just sent that one. I thought it was going to hit the wall. Because, he's just not really known for a power hitter. He's hit home runs before, obviously. But that one was just kind of out of nowhere. Sends a 1-1 count down and in over the left field wall. And that first pitch to Canario is going to be upstairs for ball 1. So the Pirates are now up 1-0 in the Big Apple. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be up and away, ball 2. Canario not off to a great start this year, batting .160. 2-0 count here to Canario. This one is popped up to right, shallow right. Soto on the run and makes the catch for out number 1. As they're going to replay here again, just kind of down and in. Change up. Didn't even really have a full swing. I mean, it just didn't really look like a home run. It's the way it is. The ball actually bounced back into the field. So no one gets to have it. Here's the first pitch to Triolo, and that's going to be outside, ball one. Triolo batting 149 on the year, OPS of 455. Here is the 1-0, and Triolo fouls this one back. Showing the Pirate bench, pretty excited. Again, home run's kind of a rare thing if it's not O'Neal Cruz at the plate. I think McCutcheon has 3. That's a big swing and a miss. Strike 2 for Triolo. G1 Bay really excited. Here is the 1-2 to Triolo. Peterson delivers right down the middle. Strike 3 called. And Triolo's going to walk back to the dugout as his hitting woes continue. And that's going to bring up Henry Davis, batting 129 on the year, OPS of 432. Just not exactly fantastic. Henry Davis just struggling. Like, what happened to the guy? First overall pick, looking like a stud. And then nothing happens. 129, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. Here's the first pitch, and that's going to be outside for strike 1. Outside corner, I should say. 0-1 count to Henry Davis. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2 on a ball high. 0-2 count. Peterson sets and delivers. That's going to be high for ball 1. 1-2 count here to Henry Davis, looking to try to get something going. Again, he's just struggled the last few years. Can't really get a hit. Can't buy a hit. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. So he struck him out. So the Pirates get 1 hit there, and 1 hit is enough as it's a home run by Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Pirates leading 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. All right, what do we got here? Well, we have the Cardinals-Phillies. That is 0-0 at the top of the 4th. Guardians up 3-0 over the Brewers at the end of 5. Tigers up 9-0 over the Red Sox in the bottom of the 3rd. Tigers putting up 7 runs in the 3rd inning. That is some nasty work. Nationals Braves 0-0 as they head to the bottom of the 2nd. There will be more games getting underway within the top of the hour. Again, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. I call a bunch of random games, but mostly Pirates. And I've done Mets games before, so if you're a Mets fan, don't feel like this is just a Pirates channel. I've actually done, this is my 4th one now, I believe, for the Mets. So again, I kind of just changed it up for some reason. Again, don't look far into it. I don't know why it's been the case, but I've done mostly NL games. I could not tell you why. Also, again, if you're a football fan, definitely hit that subscribe button, as I will be doing live games, live play-by-plays in obviously the fall, because that's when football begins. And football to me is a lot more, it is more exciting. And not to turn off the baseball people. And again, baseball people, I will not be going away when September hits. During the week, there's no games going on except for Monday night. But I won't be doing those Monday night games because, the top streamer's going to be doing those. And unless I'm just asked to do it, someone wants me to do it. But again, hit that subscribe button. It is free. I don't think you'll regret it. So, again, I'll try to get this voice going. It's just not the greatest tonight as we are headed to the bottom of the 2nd. Vientos is at the plate. Here's the first pitch, and that's going to be high for ball 1. Vientos batting .235, OPS of 705. Skenes delivers the 1-0, and this one's hit in between McCutcheon flying to it, actually. So that's going to keep Vientos at first. McCutcheon smiling. Oh, man. Channeling his inner 24, 25-year-old self. He was booking it. They're going to show the replay. Look at this guy. He's still got it. I expect that speed buff in MLB The Show. Here's the first pitch to McNeil, and that one's going to be fouled back. McNeil, usually a solid hitter. Of course, he's, it's early in the season. He's batting .231, OPS of 782. Skenes sets and delivers. McNeil pops it up. Falefa and Canario. Canario's going to wave him off and makes the catch for out number 1. That's going to bring up Francisco Alvarez, batting .318, OPS of 797. Canario just screaming to get him out of the way. Here's the first pitch, and that's going to be down and away for ball 1. 1-0 count here to Alvarez. Runner on first, 1 out in the bottom of the second. Skenes. It's a pickoff, but nothing doing there. As everyone's going to boo, because that's what they do. 1-0 count to Alvarez. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball 2. 2-0 count to Alvarez. Again, runner on first. Vientos with the single to start the second. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be outside ball 3. 3-0 count to Alvarez. Don't want to lose him again. But again, Skenes has actually gotten out of a jam similar to this in the first. Here's the 3-0, and that's going to be right down the middle. Strike 1. Batting .318, 1 home run, 7 RBIs, OPS of 797 is Alvarez. Skenes delivers. That's going to be chopped foul. 3-2 count here now to Alvarez from 3-0 to 3-2. Alvarez in his last 10 games, .333 batting average, 5 RBIs and a double. So looking pretty good. Skenes looking around. Deep breath. We're going to have a timeout here by Alvarez. So this stoppage of play will continue. Again, 3-2 count here to Alvarez. Pittsburgh wearing black jerseys. I don't even know if they've worn their grays. Jeez. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be down for ball 4. He walked him. And that's going to put runners at first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. That's going to bring up Beatty, batting .227, OPS of 746. Beatty with 4 home runs and 10 RBIs to go along with that .227 average. Here's the first pitch. That's going to be outside, strike 1. Maybe just got the corner. Well, we'll actually say it got the corner there. Yeah, it did. 0-1 count here to Beatty. Skenes sets. Looks back at second and delivers the 0-1 and make it 0-2, as that's another called strike in pretty much the same spot. Yeah, look at that. Beatty's going to ask for time to reassess the situation. Situation is 0-2 count, runners on first and second with one out. And Skenes already has gotten them to ground into a double play. Actually, that was Alonso that did that in the first. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be high from ball one. 1-2 count to Beatty. Skenes sets. Looks back at Vientos. And delivers. Chopper foul. So the count will remain at 1-2. 1-2 count here. Skenes looking for the sign. Nods his head yes. Nods it again yes. And now he sets. 1-2. Looks back at Vientos and delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So 2 away here in the bottom of the second. That's going to bring up Acuna. Batting .280, OPS of .676. Acuna been pretty solid defensively whenever I've seen him play. Here's the first pitch. That's going to be low and away for ball one. Good snag by Davis. Batting .280, OPS of .676, 0 home runs, 6 RBIs. 1-0 count. Skenes looks back at Vientos and delivers. That's going to be chopped foul. 1-1 count here to Acuna. Apparently he was the rookie of the month last month. Good for him. Here's the 1-1. Chopper to short. And they're going to toss it to second for out number 3. So 2 left on there for the Mets, but can't push anyone across as we head to the top of the third. Your score: Pirates 1, Mets 0. All right, let's see what we got here from across the MLB. The Cardinals up 1-0 over the Phillies in the bottom of the 4th. Guardians up 3-0 over the Brewers in the bottom of the 6th. Tigers up 11-0 over the Red Sox in the bottom of the 3rd. And they're still in the bottom of the 3rd. That's what's insane. They put up 9 runs in that inning. Crazy stuff. Nationals Braves 0-0 as they head to the bottom of the 3rd, and the Marlins Cubs are at 0-0 as they head to the bottom of the 1st. Again, no final scores. Don't think we'll get many final scores as there's Guardians, Brewers ahead of us, Cardinals, Phillies, and Tigers. Red Sox supposed to be way ahead of us, but again, the Tigers scoring 9 runs in the 3rd, and they're still at the plate, up 11-0 over the Red Sox. That's actually crazy. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. What in the world? The Mavs won the lottery pick, so they're going to take Cooper Flag. Okay. Anyway, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I call random games, and this is the random game of the day. Of course, Pirates games aren't as random, but I don't just do Pirates games. So if you're a Mets fan watching this, or you're just a sports bettor, I do other games as well. Again, if you're a football fan, definitely hit that subscribe button, as that's really more of my thing. I love football, more of a football fan. And again, if you have any questions, you want to chat about whatever, feel free to do that. I don't mind reading them. I do read them all because, well, I'm a small-time streamer, and there's really nothing else to do. That chat's not going to be moving fast. So, it's definitely helps me out as well. But if you don't want to, it's fine. As Brian Hayes is up at the plate, batting .252, OPS of .605. Here's the first pitch from Peterson, and that's going to be a breaking ball in there, called strike. Pirates leading 1-0 thanks to the Kiner Falefa solo shot in the second inning. Here is the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Would be really cool to see Hayes get his OPS to 700. I'll dream big, but I'd feel a lot better about him. Here's the 0-2, as that one is going to be found back. Of course, his glove is elite. We all know that, but definitely would like to see the third base position with a little bit more pop at the plate. Like to see actually this whole lineup with more pop. Here's the 0-2. That one's going to be chopped to third. Beatty throws to first for out number 1. That's going to bring up Brian Reynolds. He's 0 for 1 in this one, just struggling this year. He's definitely not performing where you'd think he would be, as he's at a 209 batting average, 603 OPS. Here's the first pitch, and that's going to be taking a called strike right down the middle. It would be nice, Draven. Yes, it would. Pirates just, man, Reynolds, I don't know what's going on with that guy. Here's the 0-1, and that's going to be high for ball 1. Reynolds apparently has not gotten a hit in his last 9 at-bats. 5 home runs on the year, 19 RBIs. Here's the 1-1. Oh, check this swing. Slams the bat down as that he made contact, weak contact to second. He's thrown out for out number 2, so make that 0 for his last 10. Jeez. High fastball there. Checked his swing. Tried to hold up, but made contact. Slams his bat down in anger. And that's going to bring up Andrew McCutchen. He walked in the first inning. Draven, how's it going, man? What you been up to? Here's the first pitch. That's going to be a called strike. Draven, who do you think we're playing first week, man, for the Steelers, man? I'm eager. I can't wait to see the schedule. Here's the 0-1. McCutchen pops it up. McNeil on the run and makes the catch for out number 3. So nothing doing there as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Your score, Pirates 1, Mets 0. All right, Cardinals up 1-0 over the Phillies in the bottom of the 4th. Guardians up 3-0 over the Brewers in the bottom of the 6th. Ladies and gentlemen, the Red Sox got out of the bottom of the 3rd now, only allowing 9 runs in that inning, so they're down 11-0 over the Tigers. That's wild. Nationals Braves 0-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Marlins Cubs 0-0 in the bottom of the 1st, and there's a few more games starting within the next 30 minutes, so we'll see what happens there. Again, feel free to subscribe. This is what I do. I call random games. Definitely helps me out. Hey, if you haven't done a good deed for the day, there you go. There's your good deed. Subscribe to little old me. I call random games, baseball games, so Pirates games aren't as random, but I've done a lot of Mets games, so if you're a Mets fan, definitely hit that subscribe button. Giants fan, Jets fan, Steelers fan, I look forward to it all. Syracuse fan, I don't really know. What are the New York City colleges? It's probably an obvious question, but I just can't think of anything. I don't know. But yeah, I plan on covering college football and regular football. Can you please call them in? I'm sorry. Look, no one's told me to call them. Yes, the Indians are up. or are they? I think they were up. I will try. It resets every week. You got to remind me every week. So, yes, the Indians up 3-0 over the Brewers in the bottom of the 6th. And for the most part, I do say Redskins. Not going to lie. That's something, again, when it comes to football, Redskins. That is iconic. Their logo is iconic. Those uniforms were iconic. I prefer the Redskins with, like, the yellow pants, or the golden yellow pants as well. Of course, the red jersey, white pants was neat, but, with the white jersey, gold and yellow, that was just, I don't know, that was cool. I know the white and reds are classic. Here's the first pitch to Lindor, and that's going to be a called strike. We're going to try, man. We're going to do it, though. We'll do it. Here's the 0-1. And Lindor rockets this one to right, but that one is fouled. That one was crushed. Lindor just down in front of it. And he did single in the first. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to be fouled back. 0-2 count. Skenes looking for some more run support, but obviously needs to keep them at 0 because this game could end 1-0 or, 1-4. Pirates losing, of course. Here is the 0-2. That's going to be chopped to second. Triolo throws to first for out number 1. One away here in the bottom of the third. That's going to bring Juan Soto. Juan Soto walked in the first inning. Batting average of .252, OPS of .845. Pirates just off to an amazing start on the year, 14-27. Though they did take 2 of 3 from the Braves. That is pretty neat. So when I don't cover a game for them, they win. That's going to be fouled back. So maybe that's why I just probably don't need to cover a Pirates game again. Yet I was busy this weekend. I do apologize. Wasn't able to do anything. I'm sure you guys survived. I'm sure you guys were able to make do without me. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be high for ball 1. It was over the plate. Soto kind of exaggerating a little bit. 1-1 count here. Skenes delivers the 1-1. That's going to be a called strike. You think the Expos would have won the World Series in 1994 if the lockout hadn't occurred? And if so, do you think they would have stayed in Montreal? I don't really have that much baseball knowledge, but I can tell you, here's the 1-2, as Soto scoops this to right, but that one is caught by Reynolds. I think the move was inevitable. From what I remember, it wouldn't have mattered. I don't think, the Nationals would have been the Nationals. Like, the Expos were moving 100%. But no, I'm sorry. I do not have that much baseball knowledge. My baseball knowledge is pretty much from the mid-2000s, maybe. That's kind of being generous, as this is a chopper to short. Falefa with the play, and that's going to get him out of the inning as we head to the top of the fourth. Pirates up 1-0. What a play. I'm sorry, though. I wish I could give you more there. Okay, I got to look it up right there. But no, I'm pretty sure the Expos were moving. It'd be great, though, kind of like what would happen with the Cleveland Browns, for them to, just come back. I would like to see the Expos come back. Pretty neat logo with the M and the, I don't know, and then the colors. I thought that they were pretty neat. Pretty neat. But yeah, I didn't really don't really have much knowledge there. I'm really sorry. Very sorry. My expertise is in football. It really is. Football is more of my thing. But again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Again, I do call random games. This is my not so random game today, calling the Pirates. Of course, Paul Skenes. Try to get every Paul Skenes I can. So I didn't work today, but if I were working, I'd rush home immediately and try to get this game going. Paul Skenes. It's always a pleasure to watch. It's always frustrating, though, too, if whenever he only allows 2 runs and we have nothing, so he can't get the win, and he's probably on the hook for the loss because the Pirates can't score runs. I think he's like 3-4 on the year. It's insane. It's actually insane. 3-4. Yeah, 3-4. Wow. ERA in the 2s. Not like he's in the 4s. Not like he's struggling. Though again, the last few games, I will say, he's missed. He's missed a lot, I would say. It was just random misses like that are pretty bad. So anyway, we're here in the top of the 4th with your score 1-0. Pirates leading. That ground ball just got past Hayes. Falefa with showing his range there, backing up Hayes. Here's the first pitch, and that's going to be a breaking ball. Over the plate, strike one to Joey Bart. He walked in the first, batting .291, OPS of .795. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. Somewhat impressive to have his OPS near 800 and only has one home run. Vallejo with, again, a great play, showing it again. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, strike three. See, it's a swing and a miss there. That's going to bring up Matt Gorski, batting .219, OPS of .594. Peterson sets and delivers. That's going to be high for ball one. Baseball player, football player. He was so talented, man. You know, you never really got to see his potential in both. That's going to be a called strike. I mean, he was great whenever he was on the field. He just wasn't on the field much for football. I'm going to lead football. Here's the 1-1. But to be honest, I don't know. I kind of want to look up his baseball stats. I mean, I know you look at his football stats, they're not going to be that impressive either. 2-1 count here. Again, I'm curious. I've never really looked at his baseball stats. Here's the 2-1. That's a swing and a miss. Strike two. Doing this one-handed here. I'm sorry. Baseball stats. I'm curious. 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Dang. It's not too bad. Again, if he committed to one or the other, probably would have been fantastic. I mean, that's pretty solid. OPS is 784. They didn't really track OPS. Vallejo, ground ball to third. And Beatty with a nice throw and gets him for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the fourth. Your score, Pirates 1. Mets nothing. I'll show you again his football stats. Not really great. I mean, had some decent years. I mean, just his yards per attempt is really what's amazing. But again, he wasn't a full-time guy, but he was incredible whenever he touched the ball. I mean, that's what's tough. I don't know. Probably more impressive. More impressive as a football player, but the better career, I guess, it would be the baseball career. Thank you for that question. That's really cool. I never really looked at his baseball stats. I mean, I heard he was pretty good. I just, whenever he did play. But I would say you probably peak football, career baseball. All right. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. This is what I do. I call random games. So if this is your thing, hey, this is the right channel for you. Again, if you're a football fan, definitely hit that subscribe button. I'm ready for football season. I'm already triggered that the first game of the NFL is going to be Cowboys-Eagles. I mean, I knew the Eagles were going to play, obviously. But seeing the Cowboys being forced down my throat is always something that makes me want to just end it all. So, yeah, that's fun. But, again, if you're a football fan, definitely hit that subscribe button. Also, feel free to comment. Dion, definitely baseball. Or not... Football, definitely football with Dion. I would say no, there's no question. He's like one of the best players to ever play football. Baseball, again, it'd be neat to see him in MLB The Show card, actually, Deion Sanders. I've never really looked at his baseball stats, but I mean, just the fact that he was He's considered to be one of the greatest corners, if not the greatest corner of all time, I would say football. That's going to be high ball 1. Didn't play a long time. Yeah, I don't really think it's close. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be low ball 1. Or ball 2, I'm sorry. Pardon me. My bad. Distracted. Yeah, I don't think it's close. Did steal a lot of bases, though. Here's the 2-0. This one's ripped foul. Huh. Yeah, thank you for the question. I appreciate that. But no, it's definitely it's not even close. Dion was much better at football. 2-1 count. To Brandon Nimmo, again batting. Well, he's about to be batting 223 because this one is ripped to right center. That's off the wall. Canario's there, and he's going to throw it in, and that's going to be a leadoff double to start the 4th inning for Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo crushed it. Just missed a home run there towards the 380 sign in right center. All right, that's going to bring up Vientos batting 241, OPS of 715. Runner on second. Skenes looking at Nimmo, and this one is popped up, but that one is going to get out of play for an 0-1. Would I rather have Neon Dion or Rod Woodson? I mean, I would rather have Rod Woodson personally, but I know that's not the popular opinion, as this one is ripped foul. Strike 2. Rod Woodson. I mean, I guess there's might be a little bit bias there, but I don't know. I mean, what he was, I mean, it's more of the team player, I guess. Like more of the, I don't know. I think I'd rather have Rod Woodson in the locker room, personally. But they were both elite, both considered the greatest to ever play. Dion is usually the one that's considered the greatest corner, but I'd pick Rod Woodson. I believe he had way more interceptions, too. Like Rod, I think, had 63. I don't know if Dion had. I don't think Dion had that many. I could be wrong. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Both. Well, yeah, having both would be amazing, huh? Yeah. Flip-flop. Who was corner 1 each game. Doesn't really matter. Rod, you're corner 1. Okay, Dion. This game, you're number 1. You're covering the 1. I would say, though, Rod probably has the more impressive stats. I'm going to compare that very soon during the commercial break here. Here's the first pitch to McNeil. McNeil rips this to right. That is most likely going to score Nimmo, as Nimmo is rounding third, heading for home. He's going to score. McNeil with the stand-up double, as it's now a tying game 1-1. Palamalu. Palamalu. Palamalu is one of the greatest safeties to ever play. He's the greatest defensive player I've ever seen. But I would say probably on the all-time rankings, Rod Woodson's probably higher. So I would probably say Rod Woodson. But no, Troy though was great. He's the greatest player I've ever seen. I was born in '96, so that's how you, like, based on who I see in person, pretty much 2000s and on. That's going to be a called strike 0-2. But yeah, I would say probably Rod Woodson is all time would probably be better. 0-2 count here to Alvarez. That's going to be outside ball 1. Pirates Mets 1-1 now. tying it up, so the Pirates need to do something. Again, only one hit for the Pirates, and that was the solo shot by Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be outside for ball 2. Yeah, I appreciate these questions. Like, who would I rather have? Like, that's, yeah, I like that. Football, I'll eat it up. I will eat up anything. I'll talk anything football, really. 2-2 count, and this one's chopped to short. Falefa throws to first for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Beatty here. Brett Beatty's 0 for 1 so far in this one with the strikeout, batting .224, OPS of .735. McNeil smiling, talking with IKF, I guess. Skenes delivers, and that's going to be a foul ball. 0-1 count. McNeil is running actually there, which is not really the fastest guy in the world. Hit and run possibly. Trying to ambush Skenes. Skenes sets and delivers the 0-1. That's inside. Almost hit him. Ball 1 as the Mets crowd will show Skenes their feelings on that. 1-1 count here. Here's the pitch. And this one is sent to left. McCutchen running in and makes the catch for out number 3. So the Mets tie it up here as it's now 1-1 as we head to the top of the 5th. Now I'm going to look. Do you like Bobby Bo better on the Buccos? Bobby Bo. Bro, I don't know who Bobby Bo is. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Bobby Bo. Bobby Bonds? I don't know. Bobby Bonilla. My bad. Again, before my time, really couldn't tell you. I do know the Mets gave him that huge contract, and he was still making money. I don't know if he's still making money, actually, from that. Anyway, if you like what you see, guys, hit that subscribe button. I do random games. Baseball. It's baseball season, so I'm doing baseball. I did a little bit of college basketball, but obviously that is now over. NBA, not really into that as much anymore. I do kind of pay attention. Like, I have that scoreboard underneath, so, if you definitely like what's happening in the other sports. Yeah, and Nick, I know. I'm just not that educated in baseball prior to, like, I know some. I'm just not really a diehard, which that's probably common knowledge. Like NFL common knowledge. Like anything can tell me stuff about the 80s, 90s, whatever, 70s, 80s. Not really since the Super Bowl era. I can even go back a little bit. What was I about to do? I was looking up Deion Sanders football stats because I want to say Rod Woodson did have better stats, honestly. But we're going to find out right here live on Dr. DeLay's channel. No one's ever seen this before. Ever. He had 53. So, yeah, Rod had more. But, of course, he did retire for 3 years. So, there's that. That's tough. That is so tough. And I don't have, like, the stat head thing where I can compare Rod Woodson and Deion, like, right next to each other. Here's the first pitch to Canario, and that's a swing and a miss. By the way, Nick, hey, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Yeah, Nick would probably know. Nick is more of the baseball guy. He loves baseball. Diamondbacks fan. Oh, he had 71. Holy crap, I thought he had 63. Here's the 0-1. That's in the dirt. Ball 1. Has the most interception returns. This guy slept on. I mean, honestly, from now on, I don't think I consider Deion the greatest corner to ever play. It's going to be freaking Rod Woodson. But Prime gets all the, usually if you're louder, you're recognized more. That's usually how it goes. 2-1 count here to Canario. Canario sends this to center, but McNeil is there to make the catch. for out number 1. Appreciate the conversation. My voice is cracked. Appreciate the conversation. I really do. Just talking about whatever, man. It's fun. Talking about this. I mean, football. Like, hey, I'll eat it up. Baseball, you'll have to forgive me. I really do apologize. I'm not the most educated in baseball history. That's going to bring up Jared Triolo, 147 batting average, 448 OPS. Swing and a miss on a ball about a foot outside. So you can definitely tell he is, I don't know. I feel like he's just has no confidence at the plate right now. The contact hitter that can't hit for contact anymore. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be inside ball 1. Just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. Which, I mean, it was a brief sample size, but, 2023 wasn't a bad hitter. Here's the 1-1. Inside corner, strike 2. Triolo shakes it off. Doesn't like that. 298, again, small sample size, right? But, still feel like he can somewhat hit. Last year, not great, but wasn't 448, Here's the 1-2, and that one's ripped down the left field line. Look at me talking trash on him, and he's proven me wrong right here. Cruising into second with the 1-out double here in the top of the 5th. Good stuff, Jared Triolo. We love to see it. We love to see it. Best cornerback ever. Let me think on that. Champ Bailey was really good. Yes, that's another one. He was solid. But I would still say Rod Woodson. Champ was locked down. He really was. He was the cornerback of the 2000s. Ty Law was also a guy I think about in the 2000s. I'd still say Champ Bailey was really good. Here's the pitch to Davis, and that's going to be low for ball 1. Champ Bailey had 52 picks, really solid, especially since the interception started going down as the 2010s started happening, which he was already old by then. But Champ Bailey, really solid pick there. Here's the 1-0. That's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Champ Bailey has the most pass deflections of all time at 203. Davis batting 125, OPS of 419. 1-1 count here. Peterson looks back at Triolo. This one's ripped to third. Oh, what a play by Beatty. Throws to first for out number 2. Beatty, diving effort there, able to snag a hard hit ball, which probably would have scored Triolo. Dale Green, that's another good one. Yes. Man, yeah, there's a lot of people in that conversation. It's not really just Ron Woodson and Dion when you guys really making me think here about it. Yeah, he played for 20 years. He was fast. 54 interceptions. Won't have the stats or anything. That's going to be a called strike to Cabrian Hayes, but it's a 3-time All-Pro. Look at that. Really solid. Really solid player there. Able to, he was playing corner when he was 42. That's pretty crazy. That 0-1 is a called strike. 0-2, probably a little high there. Hayes is 0 for 2 today, batting 250 on the year, OPS of 601. 1 home run, 14 RBIs. Peterson sets, looks back at Triolo, and delivers. Hayes rips this one. Oh, pardon me. Rips this one foul. Holy crap. Arenas, or is it Anina? I can't remember how to spell that. Played for the Rams or Vikings or something like that. I can't. I'm just going to type in Williams. I can't remember how to spell his name. Here's the 0-2, and that one is. How do you flippin' spell that? I just do last names here. Williams. Come on. There we go. Enos. Okay, yeah. Played for the Rams at the end of his career. Cardinals. Really solid as well. 0-2, and that's going to be outside. Ball 1. Oh, wow. 3-time first team All-Pro, 2-time second. So 5-time All-Pro. That's really good. You think Ed Reed was better than Ronnie Lott? Ooh. Here's the 1-2. That one's going to be chopped to third. Oh, it gets past Beatty. Lindor's running for it. And Triolo didn't know that it trickled into the outfield. So he's held up at third. Oh, that's crazy. But what was the third base coach doing? If he keeps going, he scores. But that's what the third base coach literally threw. Oh, my gosh. Third base coach is literally pointing at the bag. Oh, my goodness, dude. Yeah, no, you're an idiot. Yeah, he looks like he regrets it. Oh, my goodness, dude. That's going to bring up Brian Reynolds. Mound visit here. Madden 207. Yeah, Million Williams. Yeah, there are. I mean, Ronnie Lott has the cred for playing, with that. He chopped off. I think it's true that he chopped off his own finger to keep playing. I would yeah, no one is better than Lott. He cut off his finger. Yeah, so pretty hard to argue against it. Pretty hard to argue against Ronnie Lott. It really is. Best safety I've ever seen, though, is still, it would be Troy Polamalu and Ed Reed. But, they played two different safety positions, but you can still kind of lump them together. But, yeah, no, I would say Ronnie Lott would probably be the greatest safety of all time. But if you were to ask me, I'd still say Troy Polamalu. Here's the first pitch to Reynolds as freaking garbage third base coach doesn't even know when to advance the runner. 1-0 count here. Runners on the corners. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Pirates throwing as always. Skenes is probably rolling his eyes. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball in there. A called strike. Reynolds again. 207 batting average. OPS of 600. Just off to a very slow start. 0 for his last 10 as well. So he's just not playing well. And Reynolds is going to ask for time. Pirates were able to beat the Braves in a series. That's pretty cool. It's rare. It's rare to win a series for the Pirates. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be high for ball 2. Oh, dude, I couldn't see the name, man. Give me the freaking name. I'm looking it up. That guy's an idiot, though. Here's the 2-1. Chopper, and that's going to be foul, thank goodness. He reached for it. Mike Rabello. Mike Rabello, promoted from his role of Major League Field Coordinator. Yeah, that guy doesn't need to be promoted anytime soon. I think he just killed any chance of him being a manager in the future with that type of stuff. That was pretty disgusting. I mean, you're 14-27. What does it matter? I mean, you send him home. 2-2 count here to Reynolds. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. As Reynolds slams down his helmet in frustration as his struggles continue. So the Pirates strand 2 there as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Your score 1-1. We love it. We love what we see here. Again, if you like what you see, if you love third base coaches not knowing when to send runners home, then this is the channel for you. Feel free to hit that subscribe button as you can just join the Pirates therapy session. That's pretty much what this is. Or, again, if you like football, feel free to chat football. That's always fun. And, again, I cover live games for baseball and, of course, in the fall, football as well, both college and the NFL. As I've really enjoyed the college game the last few years. I've really gotten into that. Honestly, I kind of prefer it. But, again, the Steelers will always be my Steelers. I will always be a diehard. But just as a whole, the college game is honestly superior at this point. and they still have a lot of problems. Feel free to, again, chat in the comments, comment in the chat. I do, again, enjoy reading. If you guys have questions about football or whatever, I will do my best to answer them. Though you'll see my limited knowledge with baseball, obviously. But football, I'll pretty much know any name you bring up. Unless it's like this outlandish, like, hey, he was the third running back on the 1984 Cincinnati Bengals squad. Yeah, I don't really know. I couldn't tell you. Sid Bream, pitcher. I don't know how fast he was. I don't know. Let me go ahead and look it up. There's got to be a reason why you're asking. Sid Bream. Let's do 40 time. Okay. I don't know. Let's just do sprint speed. There's no official time. AI. Thank you, AI. Sprint. Oh. Sid Bream was not a pitcher. He was that guy that scored. I was thinking of someone else. That moron that scored. 18-year-old me is faster than him. Me now, no, I cannot. I cannot run. Here is the 1-0. That's going to be a check swing. No swing there. 18-year-old me was an athlete, I'm not even going to lie. But then I put on the weight, and now I'm slow as dirt. I would say probably not. I cannot beat him in a race in his baseball prime. That's going to be outside ball 3. I am on a keto diet. I think Nick knows that. I started 2 Tuesdays ago. I weighed last Tuesday. I lost 8 pounds, so I'm excited for what tomorrow brings. Here's the 3-0. That's going to be in there called strike. So, yeah, I got from 230 to 238 to 230. So, hopefully I'm somewhere in the 220s. I'm supposed to hit that plateau soon. I don't know when. Here's the 3-1. Acuna pops up. That's probably going to drop. Oh, no, what a play by Triolo. Oh, my goodness. A lot of great defensive plays here today. Acuna, that gets down. I mean, Acuna's fast. Might have been able to take off to second. Triolo just showing his speed. He's a big guy, but he has wheels. Wow, what a play. So one away here for the Mets, and that's going to bring up Lindor. It's 1 for 2 on the day. Thank you, Nick. We're hanging in there. We're trying. I am looking forward to June 1st when I can eat pizza again, though. I really miss pizza. Here's a ground ball, and that's going to get through Gorski and Triolo as Lindor will get on here in the 5th. You look much smaller. Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm a pretty big guy. We'll do this for a few seconds. Look at this. Big guy, ugly guy. We're going to go back. We don't need you guys to look at some ugly guy on the camera here. You know, just got to keep my visual as small as possible. I'll stay in my corner. And we got a pickoff attempt, but that one is no good as the Mets fans are booing the crap out of Skenes. Soto batting .250, OPS of .840, 8 home runs, 19 RBIs. But now I'm a big guy. I am a big guy. Unfortunately, that's going to be right down the middle. Strike 1. Yeah, I graduated high school at 5'11". Well, I'm still 5'11", but 165. 165. Played tennis and soccer. I did play a little bit of football and baseball and basketball. Here's the 0-1. That one's going to be in there called strike, but my main sports were tennis and soccer. So I would say I was in pretty good shape. I was the number 1 tennis player on the ladder for tennis. Soccer, didn't really have a high school team, so I played in the leagues. That's going to be another pickoff attempt when he gets back to the bag. But yeah, I was voted my last year in the league. I was voted the MVP, and that was fun. But now, I mean, I can't even last a few minutes on the soccer field. And tennis, I can still play tennis. I just use a lot more. Here's the 0-2. Checked his swing. Did not go. 1 and 2. So I don't know. I just have to use my shots now. I have a lot more power because I use the weight now to my advantage. Do you think Big Ben was better than Dan Marino? Oh, man. Oh, the bias wants me to say yes. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ben better than Dan Marino. Oh, I know if I say yes, I know, people older than probably 35, 40 are going to be like, yeah, no, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. If only Trisk were here, he could probably accurately tell you because he's pretty accurate. He loved Dan Marino. And Ben, he was like, Ben was good. That's going to be outside ball 1. Alonso's 0 for 2. I don't know. I don't know if I can really answer that because that's a tough question. I haven't really thought about the one all-time ranking of quarterbacks. I know Marino, he's good. Well, no, but the lack of Super Bowls kills him. It wasn't better than Elway, but Elway, I don't know. It's really, or no, he was better than Elway. Elway has the rings, but Marino was the better passer and all that. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be inside ball 1. I don't know. I really wish I could. I need Trisk to bail me out here, but he's not here. Big Ben. I want to say yes, but I don't know. It's tough. 2-0 count. That's going to be inside ball 3. All right, probably better passer. Or no, better quarterback. It's probably Dan Marino. Better career Ben. I think that's fair. 3-0 count. Alonso gets under it. Sends this high up there. IKF looking. Oh, and it hits the barricade. So it's a foul ball. Now, if you're asking me Elway and Ben. 100% Ben. It would be 100% Ben Roethlisberger over Elway. But Ben and Marino, that is tough. That is very tough. Marino's better. That's fair. I mean, I bet. I probably Trisk would say probably the same thing. Here's the 3-1. This one's again popped up, but I don't think that one's staying in play. Is that one? Yes, will go out of play. So the count moves to 3-2. I don't know if I make a top 10 quarterback list all time. And Ben's higher than Marino. Just no, it's not personal. It's just that I don't know. I don't think Ben gets a lot of credit. He is. A lot of people say he's overrated, but he's actually overhated. I mean, no one considers him elite anymore. Here's the 3-2. That's a strike 3 call. So Skenes looking really sharp here. Started off struggling, I would say, in the first inning. Did, of course, had a little bit of trouble in the fourth, but looking really good. Looking a lot more like he has command over his pitches as we head to the top of the 6th. Your score, 1-1. He's got the smile of a horse. Yes, he does. In fact, yeah, I do think, there's that guy went to school with. And he was the quarterback, and I would always call him John Elway, and he'd never understand why. It's because his smile and teeth. He had the horse mouth. Never understood it. He always thought I was complimenting him. No, I was not. Didn't play like John. No, he took sacks like he was, I don't know. Every time he'd see a guy, he would never try to evade. Oh, I'm going to fall down like Tom Brady. Oh, don't hit me. Hated it. Hated that crap. Held our team back. Anyway. Cardinals, Phillies 2-2 as they head to the top of the 7th. The Indians are up 5-0 over the Brewers in the top of the 8th. Tigers up 12-1 over the Red Sox in the bottom of the 6th. Braves up 3-1 over the Nationals as they head to the bottom of the 6th. Marlins, Cubs 0-0, top of the 4th. Rockies, Rangers 0-0 in the top of the 2nd. Man, those Rockies are special, man. 7-33, that is amazing. Royals up 1-0 over the Astros in the top of the 2nd. Yeah, Ben was a solid QB, probably top 5. I mean, leave out the probably, Nick, okay? I'm not going to get heated here, but no, that's definitely top 5. And again, I believe, I'm assuming you probably have Breeze over him. I believe Ben was better than Breeze. Breeze played in a dome, and he had a bad defense, which is usually what people say. Like, he had a bad defense, why didn't win more? Well, you only consider Breeze to be the GOAT because he threw all those 5,000-yard seasons. But if he had a better defense, he's not throwing for those 5,000-yard seasons. So it's like a catch-22. I mean, Ben, if he had the Drew Brees defenses, if he played in a dome, yeah, he probably does the 5,000. He could do it. He had the arm talent. I mean, before the last few years really tanked his yards per attempt, but he actually had a 7.8 yards per attempt before those last 2 or 3 years, I think, which was the highest at the time. Now, obviously, I think Mahomes is like in the 8s or something. He might have lowered it, actually. He's been kind of not that great the last few years. Here's the 1-0 to McCutcheon. That's a swing and a miss. But no, Ben, I put Ben over Breeze. Rodgers was a better quarterback than Ben. I still think Ben had the better career. That's going to be taken strike 2. I know Rodgers had the MVPs, but again, there's questions on Rodgers' leadership, and that's probably why they didn't win much. I don't know. If you played in the NFC the last 20-something years, here's the 1-2. McCutcheon grounder. Oh, Beatty with a nice dive. Throws to first. McCutcheon beats the throw. Hustling down the line. Again, McCutcheon showing his speed today. I think he's reliving some of his past here. Breeze was so accurate, though. He was much smaller. No, Breeze was accurate, but I'm just saying the arguments made for Breeze, it's a double-edged sword because, again, they say the no defense. But if he had a defense, he's not throwing for those 5,000 yards. And, again, he played in the dome. And if you take Ben's dome stats, which he didn't play in a dome much, they actually average to be better than Breeze's. Again, I know it's a small sample size, but I just think Ben is overhated and very underrated when they talk about the past generation's elite quarterbacks. He's usually overshadowed, and I don't know. It's like sorry he won those 2 Super Bowls. I know he didn't play good in one of them. That one's a called strike to Bart. He's 0 for 1 with a walk, but no, I mean. Put Ben in New Orleans. I mean, Ben's probably the one with 80,000 yards. I mean, he'd be the one throwing for 5,000 yards every year. And I don't know. Ben was very clutch. I know Breeze was clutch too. But Ben did it in the cold. He did it in the AFC North. And I know he got beat up by Brady a lot, but he did beat him in the regular season. And he played played against Peyton, went toe-to-toe with him a few times. Here's the 0-1. Bart sends this to left, but that is caught by Nimmo for out number 1. So, I don't know. And again, you play in a dome. You had the Panthers. Panthers weren't that great. They were off and on when Breeze was there with Cam for a little bit, and then, yeah. The Falcons with Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, you can't take him seriously. He's always like a B-plus quarterback. And the Buccaneers were always like a mess until Tom Brady got there. And we have time called here. Gorski's at the plate. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 212 batting average, 576 OPS. So we have a little delay here. Top 5, Manning, Brady, Breeze, Rodgers. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I mean, those 5, with Ben, I would disagree on the order. Oh, I'm sorry, Sean. Will the Ravens ever win a Super Bowl with Lamar at the helm? Oh, I don't know. That is a great question. I mean, he chokes in the playoffs. There is a check swing. He went. I'd like to see the replay on that one because Brock shook his head, and I didn't think he went. 0-1 count. I don't know. I mean, I think Mahomes, Allen, and I'd take Burrow because he's done it. He's went to the Super Bowl in the playoffs over him. I'd take C.J. Stroud over him. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. I don't know if the Texans win a Super Bowl. It's hard for me to think about the Texans, so I don't know. That's a good question. Cam Newton was overrated. They do overrate that MVP. Had one good year. It does not mean he's He was good. I mean, they had those years where they were good. The Panthers were good, but no, I mean there was a few years where and that was it. That was pretty much it. The Panthers were trash for the most part with Cam before he got hurt. So no, I completely agree, Nick. He is one of the most overrated quarterbacks ever, really. And that 1-2 was fouled off. And Lamar can't lead an offense to a win ever. However, the defense pitches shutouts. The Ravens, yeah. I mean, it's sad and it's true. I mean, Lamar in the biggest games, like he kills the bad teams, And even if you're an average team, he'll kill you. That's 1-2 is taken. Strike 3 called at the knees. Out number 2. That's going to bring up Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, the guy with the home run today. But no, Nick, you're completely correct. I just got back and I agree completely. Yes. They won with Dilfer by defense. But that defense, that in 2000, yeah. I mean, I was only 4 years old, but I mean, I always hear about it, how great it was. I mean, if you win a Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer, probably pretty good. Probably pretty good. Lamar just, again, he always beats up everybody, and he's going to beat us up now because now he's figured us out. He's figured out us and Tomlin. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1. But Lamar, like, if he plays against the Bills or the Chiefs, like, if it's the biggest game of the season, he disappears every time. And Lamar seems like a pretty cool guy. So I pull for the good dudes. I always do. Like, you seem like a good dude, I'll pull for you. The little Dale Earnhardt thing's kind of weird. That's going to be a base hit. He's going to get down. I don't know. McCutcheon's actually going to stay at second. So runners on first and second with 2 outs here. With Canario at the plate. He's 0 for 2. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I can't see it. Lamar usually just chokes. In his last game he plays for the season, it's always his worst game every single time. Every single time. Until that changes, I'm going to have to say Lamar will not win a Super Bowl. Or at least with the Ravens. Might have to go to the NFC, which I don't think he's going to. I don't know. It's hard for me to think of him in another uniform. Here's the first pitch to Canario. That's going to be outside, ball 1. But if I actually had to rank the previous era's quarterbacks top 5, it would be Manning over Brady. I know Brady has more hardware. I get it. Or silverware, or whatever you want to call it. Silver, it's not silverware. I'd still think Peyton was the better quarterback. Here's the 1-0. And this one's sent to right, and that's going to probably be caught. It is for out number 3. So that strands 2. So we head to the bottom of the 6th. Your score 1-1. Peyton, Tom, Ben, Rogers, Breeze. Yes, I did say that. Sorry. But no, again, Breeze, stat patter. Took advantage of the bad defenses. What's great is that we actually have the proof. Again, you probably understand where my argument is. I'm not saying that you're arguing with me, or you might be. I don't know, but a lot of those 5,000 years, again, really solid here, 2011. But a lot of 7 and 9s and a lot of just throwing it almost 600 plus times. I mean, you're gonna throw for a lot of yards. It's just the way it is. And even with that high completion percentage, I mean, his yards per attempt, 7.6. And Ben's, I think, finished at 7.5. But I'm telling you, before you take out the last 2 or 3 years, he was at a 7.7, 7.8. He was, it's 7.6. So even with that higher completion percentage, Ben slung it down the field. People remember Ben to being that old, washed old man. But, I mean, early days he could run. That guy was mobile. He's pretty much Josh Allen. He was Josh Allen before Josh Allen. They just, again, didn't really let him throw the ball on. He was only throwing the ball 200 times his rookie years, obviously. Only 400 times. He cracked 500 here. But he didn't start throwing it a lot until, he reached his 30s. And then when he started throwing a lot, he started being old. So, I don't know. I think Ben is the most overhated quarterback. I get there's the off-the-field stuff, but I just, I don't know. Manning was, yes, Manning was Eli Manning. I like Eli, but Eli, I would, man, I don't. Do you guys? I'm just curious here. I'm gonna say yes. Phillip Rivers was better than Eli, but do you agree with that? Palmer was good. I don't know if I consider Kurt part of that era. What do you? I mean, I guess so. That's gonna be a called strike to Nimmo, 1-1 count. I mean, Kurt did start in '99, but he just retired. He was just old. I don't know if I consider him part of that era. It's tough because he should be. I don't know. It's just I feel like he was part of the Favre era, but he wasn't. Like '90s to 2000. I don't know. I would put Phillip Rivers, but yeah, I mean Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer was really good. I don't think he ever won a playoff game though, or did he? If he only won one, I think he might have only won one. But I mean, he was on the Bengals and Cardinals, literally like poverty franchises. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 2. Kurt was early. He was from, I think he was from 99 to like, 2009? Eli won more. I know, that's the argument. But again, there's like so fluky. 2-2 count becomes a 3-2 count. Let's go ahead and show. Yeah, Kurt. So Kurt was 98 to 09. And I just want to show you why, just with Eli. I'm not saying Phillip was much better. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. But look, you literally show, look at this guy. This guy only won playoff games in 2 of his 17 years playing. I get he went all the way, but I'm just saying, man, I don't know how you can consider a guy that wins playoff games in only 2 of his 17 years to be elite. I'm not saying we're not really having that conversation, but I would pick Phillip. Here's the first pitch to Vientos, and that one's going to drop in front of Reynolds for a ground rule double. So a 1-out double here in the bottom of the 6th. And Phillip, again, that's the thing with the NFC. You didn't have those multiple Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. In the AFC, you literally had Brady, Manning, and Ben. Phillip, if he went to the NFC, he probably wins the ring, because in the NFC, from all that time, you had what? You had Brad Johnson in 02. 03 was Jake Delhomme. 04 was McNabb. 05 was Hasselbeck. 06 was Rex Grossman. You're telling me that, again, whatever. I guess that's before Rodgers and Breeze got there. 07 was Eli. 08 was Warner. Again, he's solid. Hall of Famer. 09, Drew Brees. 10 was Rodgers. And then what's the excuse after that? 1-0 here. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Eli in 11. 12. Who was 12? 12. 13 was Russ. 12 was Kaepernick. It was just a revolving door. Like, I don't think anyone was really that elite. Here's the 1-1 in the NFC. You put Rivers in the NFC, he probably goes to the Super Bowl. 13 Russ, 14 Russ, 15 Cam, 16 was that Matt Ryan in 16, I think? 17 was Foles. 1-1 count. That's going to be outside. I'm just saying, a lot of trash cans in the NFC that went to the Super Bowl. Not a lot, but, not elite quarterbacks. 18. No, 17. No, 17. Who was 17? It's 18, I think, might have been. Actually, I don't really remember. That's going to be down and low. Ball 3. So, I don't know. Eli should be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, Brees was in the he was with the Chargers until 05. 06 was his first year with the Saints as Skenes walks him. And I don't know. I mean, with Eli being in the Hall of Fame, I'm glad he wasn't a first ballot. That would have been a tragedy if he was first ballot. Like the Hall of Fame would have been a joke, in my opinion, if he went first ballot. If he goes in after, I guess, but I still wouldn't, like, when I think of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game, I don't think of Eli Manning. And again, to the argument, I don't think of Joe Namath either, and I don't think of, I know there's another quarterback in there that's really bad. Kaepernick sucked. Yeah, I mean, he had like a few good moments. Do you like Kaepernick personality? No, I do not. I do not. No. Swing and a miss, strike one. Kaepernick. I'm not even going to get into that. No. Steelers Packers Super Bowl was elite. I mean, I want to say yeah, but like we lost. Oh man. 0-1 count here. Alvarez runners on first and second. That's going to be outside ball one. I literally remember watching that game again. Like, I don't know. I might have said this already. Like, the Steelers have just went to the Super Bowl for the third time in 6 years. I'm like, man, I cannot wait until the next one. Yeah, no, I'm still waiting on the next one. 1-1 count. Ground ball to short. Throws to second. Throws to first. Got them both as Alvarez slams his helmet down. And Paul Skenes does it again, getting out of the jam as we head to the top of the seventh. It is still 1-1 Pirates of Mets. You're a kid, so maybe no, it's fair. It's just, I mean, yeah, I mean, did you saw the Steelers Cardinals, man? Right, that was the best one. I can't believe I exited out. What, are there other Hall of Famers with Eli's type of resume? I'm sure there is. I mean, Joe Namath really comes to mind. I mean, but he may have he may have played in the AFL championships here. Let me do. There's this thing, NFL. What is that thing? Is it the Hall of Fame? NFL QB Hall of Fame. I can't type with one hand. Pro Football Reference. See if I can pull this up. Okay. No, that's not what I want. I want the actual list. Give me the list. Give me the list. Freak. Now I can't do it when I want. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the worst rated Hall of Famer is Jim Kelly. Where is Eli at? Eli's up here at 86. I don't know. I'll move myself over here temporarily. That way you guys can see. I'll just move it for the rest of the thing. It doesn't matter. I don't know. What do you guys think here? If you guys can see. Who's bigger, Favre or Rodgers? Rodgers. I agree. Rings doesn't mean anything. Jim McMahon. Yeah. Rings is important to an extent. I think it is important, but like obviously in the McMahon case, you can be like, okay, now that ring, it wasn't because of you. It was a win-win for me when I was younger because Uncle's Cowboys fans. Okay, I got you. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, I would imagine Joe Namath. I mean, Joe Namath was not that great. He only went to playoffs twice. That's actually insane. I didn't even know that. I thought he went more. That's going to be outside ball one at Triolo. Yeah, I do apologize. I'm just, hey, when it's football talk, I will lose myself. I mean, I don't know. That probably wasn't even good for the time. It probably was decent for the time. That's going to be downstairs ball two. But yeah, Joe Namath, trash. Honestly, don't know why he's in the Hall of Fame. Well, because he played in New York and because I think Sonny Jurgensen was another one. That's going to be outside ball three. I guess he's all right. Okay, no, he was actually not bad. I mean, you have a positive TD interception ratio in the 60s. That's pretty good. That's going to be taking a called strike. I don't know. I mean, there's a Greasy one too, but he's never talked about. Let's see what happened here. Triolo fouls this one back. Greasy, I don't know. There's really not many. I mean, there's actually a decent amount of quarterbacks that weren't considered great. But again, that's in the 70s. It's a little bit different time here. This one is fouled. 3-2 count. Rings is lame. I don't think it's completely lame, but it definitely should not be the breaking point. That's a fly ball to right. I think it's going to get out of play. Soto jumped for it. Actually, probably didn't even need to, as that one lands in foul territory. So Triolo's going to get another chance here. Soto, I don't know what he was doing. Probably trying to make a dramatic catch for no reason. He jumped away from it. I don't know. With Eli, I don't think of him as an elite. I don't think of him as a Hall of Famer. If he gets in, since he's not first ballot, I'm not going to be as mad. I don't think I'm going to be mad in general. I'll just be like, yeah, I don't think you should have been, but all right, whatever. It was part of my childhood, part of NFL history. I don't really think that means 3-2 count's going to be fouled back again. You beat Brady, okay. Again, Brady was held to 14, 17 points. That's not really because of you. It's because of that defense. Oh, the defense was not that good in the regular season. I get it, but they were really good in the Super Bowl. So I think Ben Roethlisberger would love to hold Brady to 14 and 17 points. Here's the 3-2. That's fouled back. But no, the Steelers' defense got shredded every single time. So, I don't know. It's just, you just got to use facts and logic. You can't just look at everything blindly, face value, because there's always a deeper story with these guys. And I guess that's why I look at things a lot differently than most. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be ball 4. Triolo working a walk here. Some good stuff there. And I do apologize. I know I'm kind of not really talking about the game. I'm trying to do both. So it looks like Peterson is going to exit as actually that was his 100th pitch. So we're going to see a pitching change. I can move myself back now. I don't know why I feel like I have to. I just have to. Whoa, what am I doing? Maybe I can't. I don't know. Let's see. Why can't I grab myself? Thank you. Oh, yep. Yep. Again, thank you guys for chatting with me. I do appreciate it. Makes things more enjoyable. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I do call random baseball and football games. Football obviously is not happening yet, so we're on baseball. But yeah, if this is what you like, again, feel free to chat. I do love chatting with you guys. You guys got me going on football right now, and it's been a while since I've been able to chat football like this for a while. I do appreciate it. Of course, football season, I'll be talking a lot more. Probably doing some sort of I'll be doing my podcast, I guess, on here. We'll see how that goes. I'll do that once a week. Ideally Tuesdays, probably Tuesday nights in between the Monday night game and Thursday night game. We'll see what happens. Not too sure. I do apologize if I just didn't read somebody here. Another guy. The chats were. But yeah, Lounge Singer. I feel like there's a few that just were like, not the greatest. But I guess, that's the argument, I guess. But again, that was in the 60s and 70s where it's just a completely different game. Completely different. And I just feel like the NFC was just in the 2000s, 2010s, and even now in the 2020s, it's such a revolving door. No one's shown that they're dominant. They're said they're dominant, but I don't know. In the AFC, the quarterbacks show that they're dominant. Even with the other dominant quarterbacks there, they still, like Brady, Peyton, Ben, they each won multiple Super Bowls. And then, of course, you have Mahomes now in the 2020s, even with Burrow, Allen, Lamar, C.J. Stroud. He's still going to the Super Bowls and winning. The NFC, other than Eli, which is crazy that he's the one. He's the only one with multiple. But, I guess it is what it is. Maybe I'm just a hater. I don't know. But I like Eli. I do. I genuinely do. 1-1 count here to Henry Davis. 121 OPS of 407. 1 home run, 2 RBIs. Again, runner on first here in the top of the 7th. Runner's going to go, and it's going to get past Alvarez as Davis had a swing and miss. They still are now. What were you referencing? I'm sorry, Nick. I do apologize. All right, so runner on second here. No outs here in the top of the 7th. Pirates looking to move ahead here as Davis fouls this one back. Davis trying to get his career on track. I mean, what are you doing? That was Triolo's 4th stolen base of the year. Here is the 1-2 as Davis sends this to right, but he also sends it foul. So the count is still 1-2. Davis 0 for 2 on the night. Top of the order is coming up. So hopefully somebody can put something going or get something going here. Here's the 1-2. That's in the dirt. Triolo is not going to test it because Alvarez was quickly on that. 2-2 count. Triolo with a nice lead at second. Buteau pitches and delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Davis continues to struggle in the major leagues as his batting average falls to 118. His OPS drops below 400, 395. That's going to bring up Ke'Bryan Hayes, 1 for 3 on the day, 255 batting average. Hayes pops it up, back behind home plate, foul. 1-1 game here. Pretty good defense, not going to lie. I mean, obviously it's the Pirates, so not the greatest offense, but great defensive plays by both teams. Really good game. Here's the 0-1. Almost hits him for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. 1 man on. 1-1 game. Ones are wild here. Will something wild happen on this pitch? Here's the 1-1. Nothing will happen crazy as this one is fouled to right and gets out of play. 1-2 count. Again, I do thank everyone for stopping by. It's been a pleasure. It's been a fun one. One and 2 count here to Hayes. Buteau sets and delivers. Hayes gets a piece of that one, so he'll stay alive here for another 1-2. Ke'Bryan is a .325 hitter with runners in scoring position, so that's nice to know. Comes up clutch. Pickoff attempt. Triolo is safe and sound. One and 2 count here to Hayes. He sets and delivers. Hayes sends this to right, but again, it's fouled. A base hit into the gap will definitely get Triolo home. I imagine we'll see Paul Skenes out for the bottom of the 7th. Just a guess. 1-2 count. He sets and delivers. That's going to be high for ball 2. Ke'Bryan staying alive here. Multiple pitches. A lot of foul balls. Runner on second. 2-2 count. Runner on, I already said second. 1 out. 1-1 ball game. Buteau pickoff attempt, but Triolo is safe. So he used his 2 during this at-bat. As I hear chanting, I don't know what is being chanted. Here's the 2-2, and this one again fouled off. Hayes is staying alive here. That was the 7th pitch of the at-bat, but it's felt like it's been going on forever with all the pickoff attempts and the long foul balls. 2-2 count. Buteau sets. And I apologize if that's not his name. Pickoff attempt. And he's safe. So he's going to advance to third. It was close. They may review it. Reynolds go yard. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, that was a really good pickoff attempt, but the tag is late by Acuna. Acuna honestly could have had him if he just immediately went to the bag, but I don't know why he tried to go high there. So runner on third now, 2-2. That's going to be outside ball 3. What's been the story of this game? I missed most of it. Well, it's really been a great defense lounge. So you had the solo shot by Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, of all people, in the top of the second. And Skenes was kind of pitching throughout the beginning of this one. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be low, ball 4. So Hayes has walked. Runners on the corners with 1 out. So the Mets tacked on 1 in the 4th. To be honest, I already forgot who did. It was McNeil. McNeil driving in Nimmo. But really, Paul Skenes has looked great since. I mean, I felt like he had been kind of struggling the last few outings. And what I mean by that is, like, he was pitching wildly, which Paul never does. For the last 2 or 3 starts, he had been doing that. He was doing that at the beginning of this game. But since, I don't know, I'd say the 5th inning, this guy, he's been pretty solid. Yeah, it's been a pretty good. Usually 1-1 games are pretty boring, but I don't know. This one's been pretty good. A lot of great defense in this one. Again, a really good pitcher's duel. All right, so maybe Nick's prediction can come true, as Reynolds is 0-for-11 his last 11 appearances. He's batting from the left side here. 206, OPS of 596, 5 home runs on the year for Brian Reynolds. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. They can knock in a run. Skenes will at least have a shot at the win. Here is the 1-0. That's going to be outside ball 2. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. If you're a baseball or football fan, then this is the channel for you. Or just a college basketball fan that's randomly tuning in today. Heck yeah. I'll do March Madness every year. That was pretty fun. That was very fun. Here's the 2-0. Reynolds pops it up. It's in foul territory. Beatty running. Beatty couldn't quite find it. Landed right in front of him. So Reynolds gets lucky and stays alive. Beatty kind of smiling, kind of awkwardly there. Beatty searching, and then just landing in front of him. 2-1 count here to Reynolds. Runners on the corners with just 1 out. Double play gets him out of it. But the ball in the gap scores a run. That's going to be in the dirt for ball 3. McCutchen is due up. Three and 1 count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. There's one. Reynolds beats it out, so he does ground to short and gets an out, but the runner will score. Triolo comes across to score. So, I mean, it won't count as a hit, but he will get the RBI. I believe he should get the RBI there. It's not saying he is, but whatever. So the Pirates now up 2-1 in the top of the 7th. Here is McCutchen. That's a swing and a miss, strike one. That's a rare swing out of the zone from him. He's usually really good about that. Just very patient guy. Batting .256, OPS of .746. 3 home runs, 14 RBIs. He's 1 for 2 with the walk. Here's the 0-1, and McCutchen's going to send this foul. Oh and 2 count. Reynolds on at first. So I believe Skenes is in line for the win if it holds. Here's the 0-2. Almost took out McCutchen. Almost domed him, but he's able to get out of the way. Ball 1. Buteau looks over at Reynolds, sets, and delivers. Chopper to third. Throws to second for out number 3. So the Pirates strand one, but they get one through as they lead 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. I haven't been able to really look at the LB scores. Again, I do thank you guys. That was awesome just talking about some football earlier, just talking about quarterbacks of the 2000s and such. Cardinals up 3-2 over the Phillies as they head to the bottom of the 9th. Tigers up 14-1 over the Red Sox in the top of the 9th. Braves, they are up 3-1 over the Nationals in the bottom of the 8th. Cubs up 3-0 over the Marlins in the bottom of the 5th. Rockies, they're up 1-0 on the Rangers in the top of the 5th. No-hitter currently by Molly. That's pretty cool. Oh, wait, no. Pardon me. That's not Molly. That's the Texas. No-hitter by somebody, not him. Royals up 7-0 over the Astros in the bottom of the 3rd. The Cleveland Indians, you're welcome, Sean. They won 5-0 against the Brewers. So that game is over. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. This is what I do. I call random games. When I'm not working or I get home in time, I'll be able to be here in front of the camera. Again, if you like football games, definitely hit that subscribe button. Much more of a football guy. Look forward to the football streams. Look forward to football season. But again, I will be covering baseball all the way till baseball is done. So don't think I'm abandoning you, baseball fans. I will be here until October for sure. They scored on Acura mess up, then Batty mess up. I would say the Acuna mess up was more brutal. Beatty, he was kind of running. I think he just kind of lost track of it. It did land right in front of him. But I don't know. I would say Acuna. Acuna definitely could have tagged Triolo. 100%. I don't know why he was trying to, touch his back or lower back. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. But I would say the pickoff attempt had Triolo. Triolo, I don't know. I don't know what happened there with Acuna. All right, so Skenes is done, and they're going to bring in Caleb Ferguson. Kind of disappointed, but I guess I get it. Would have liked to see Skenes here in the bottom of the 7th. Here is Taylor pinch hitting for Beatty as that pitch is inside ball 1. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch, and that one is going to be chopped off his shin. That can't feel too great, so it's a 1-1 count. Nunez is warming up in the Mets bullpen. Ferguson. Okay, Taylor's still outside the batter's box, taking his time. I mean, he did hit his shin. Ferguson's ERA on the year is a 4.15, so I know that's went up lately, so I guess you could say he's struggling. 1-1 count. That's going to... Oh, it hit him. Hit him in the foot. And you can kind of see why Ferguson's struggling, because his command was like, what the heck was that? So again, Skenes in line for the win. Will it hold? Probably not, but at least he won't drop to 3-5 today. Worst case scenario, he's still 3-4. But it'd be nice to see him get to 500. It really would. So they show the Pirates dugout here. Not looking too nervous, but what does it really matter if you look nervous or not? You're the Pirates. Here is Acuna. He's 0 for 2 on the day. That's going to be high for ball 1. 0 for 2 again, batting .275. OPS of .663. 0 home runs, 6 RBIs on the year. Here's the 1-0. And that's going to be ball high. And Taylor gets a stolen base. So just like that, the Mets have a runner in scoring position, as the Pirates will check to see if that tag was in there. It was close. I think he did get in there. Ooh. Let me look at that again. That is so close. I'm going to say they're not going to reverse it. They're not going to challenge it. It was too close. 2-0 count here to Acuna. Acuna fouls this one back. I was looking at expected standings earlier. Yankees unlucky, about 4 wins short. Mets 2. Guardians are like 6 over their expected. You know, I had the MLB standings up, and then I just started looking up football players. I haven't really looked at the expected standings. Yeah, it's usually a good way to tell who's actually good. Yeah, see that 27-13. That's going to be a called strike right down the middle. Pirates, look at that right there, right where they should be. Cubbies too short, Mets too short, Phillies are actually 2 over. Marlins 2 over. Here's the 2-2. Chopper first. I don't know if he got there. Yeah, he's safe. Infield hit, Chopper to first, Gorski toss to Ferguson. Ferguson was adamant he got there in time. So just like that, the runners on the corners. Rockies, man, they're unlucky, man. They should be 9-31. Jeez, unlucky. You just hate to see it. Yeah, the Yankees are kind of crushing it. Guardians, yeah, look at that. Or Indians, I'm sorry. Sorry, Sean. Sorry, my bad. Cleveland Indians are definitely, they are overachieving. But again, it is what it is. Expected. I do look at that a lot, though. When I make my playoff picks, I'll kind of look at the runs differential. That's just usually how it goes. All right, so he was safe. There was no challenge. So Skenes' possible win is possibly disappearing before our eyes, as we have Lindor at the plate with 2 runners on the corners with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Here is the first pitch from Ferguson, as this one is sent to right, but that one is foul. Ideally for the Pirates, you want to strike out. And Colin Holderman is up in the bullpen. I know that name definitely warrants a lot of confidence from Pirates fans. Got a soft... Oh my goodness, the pickoff attempt. Gorski couldn't quite get it. Of course, the throw was terrible. But luckily, Gorski was able to knock it forward and keep the third base runner. Gorski really saving the day there. Would have been a disaster. 0-1 count here to Francisco Lindor. Ferguson sets and delivers. That's inside ball one. I was analyzing the Soto expected as well because a lot of Mets fans are nonstop griping. Yeah, I mean, the OPS of 835. I mean, it's only a month. I mean, he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. Here's the 1-1. Checked his swing. No, he did not go. The count is now 2-1. He's getting unlucky based on his contact. Well, yeah, I remember there was actually one game that I was watching covering here, and one home run was flat out robbed. The other one was just a deep shot, jumping grab on the wall by the center fielder. Two possible home runs there, just couldn't quite get them. Again, one of them was flat out robbed. So that's a swing and a miss by Lindor. 2-2. Again, Ferguson can make life a lot easier here if he's able to strike out Lindor. Two and two count. Lindor, one of the better hitters in baseball currently. Ferguson delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a breaking ball down in the dirt for out number one. And that's going to bring up the man you were just talking about, Juan Soto. He was 0 for 2 with a walk today with runners on the corners. This would probably, there's not a man on second, just runners on the corners. Again, yeah, that little ticker down there it's dumb. I don't know why it doesn't read first base properly. That's going to be a pitch in the strike zone, but not according to the umpire for a 1-0 count. So yes, no, runners on the corners, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Soto rips this one hard, but foul. Late on the fastball there, or the sinker. Soto batting .248, OPS of 835, 8 home runs, 19 RBIs. A double play would go a long ways to getting Paul that win, as that one is a check swing, but he goes 1-2 now on a pitch that was high and in. I guess he really liked it, tried to hold up because he realized it too late, but no. As Mets fans are groaning in the background there in that shot. Like, oh, I can't believe it. So 1-2 here. And Henry Davis is going to go out there. So actually, interesting stat here. So Juan Soto batting .364 against lefties. And against righties, .220. But he has the 7 home runs against righties, only 1 against lefties. Obviously, you don't face as many lefties. But that's interesting. I would not have expected that. What's the best site to see if that was a missed call? Well, I don't know. Game Day is pretty good. I don't know if you see it right there. There's this guy on Twitter, now X now, MLB scorecards. That would probably, I don't know, he would release it tomorrow. I would say that should have been a strike. But here's the 1-2. Chopper. Slow chopper in that one. Is just going to go to first. Gorski had no choice but to step on the bag. So Skenes will not get the win today. At least he's not on the hook for the loss. But it is now 2-2. So Soto with just a weak chopper to first. That's going to do it. Pretty much acted like a bunt. So Taylor scores there. Now it's runners, or just one runner on second with 2 outs, and the game is tied. I would probably say the Mets have the advantage because, I don't know, it's the Pirates. So Holderman is going to come in, and Holderman has been an absolute disaster since about June last year. I remember last year, During this time, he was elite. Had an ERA of near what it was like a 1. I mean, he was crushing. He was just amazing. Holderman's ERA now is an 8.18, so it's went down. Yeah, his last 7 games, 7.36 ERA. That'll bring it down, and it did. It literally did. Last 2 outings, he has not allowed a run. That's pretty cool. Hasn't pitched since Shelton has been fired. So this is his first time pitching since Shelton has been removed. Have a good night. Headed to work. Hey, man, Nick, thank you for stopping by. You have a good night as well. Appreciate you always stopping by, Nick. I do. Really do. I always hear Pirates ownership is super cheap. What's your take? Well, you hear correctly. There is nothing to like about ownership because they do not. I mean, I don't know how much you know about this. You probably have seen the YouTube videos, or maybe you haven't. But the last multi-year contract was Ivan Nova, and that was like 2016. 2 years, $30 million. And that was not a good deal. Not a good deal at all. I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of not multi-year free agent deal. Pardon me. I want to clarify that. We did sign Reynolds and Hayes to long extensions. But free agents, I don't know. I mean, again, I would have loved to be more aggressive. I mean, Pete Alonso was available. And then Gleyber Torres was available. I mean, you add those to the lineup, and I feel a lot better with Cruz, Bart, Reynolds, and then McCutchen. You would have 6 really solid hitters. And then, of course, you have Hayes, who's a great fielder, and then Gorski's looking okay. Yeah, he's okay. I mean, you'd like to see a little bit better. Ground ball. That's going to get past Hayes. Lindor's going home. IKF throws, and he is safe. Unbelievable. The Mets take the lead. In the bottom of the 7th, a ball got past Hayes. It never happens. That was bang, bang at the plate. IKF did what he could. Hayes, that never happens. IKF hustling, throwing home. Pretty good throw. Pittsburgh is going to challenge. Hayes not able to get it. His glove just went over the top. IKF with a really good throw, honestly. I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to overturn. I think it's going to be an error. I don't know if it was it's close. I don't know. I don't know if it would be an error on that one. Pretty hard hit. They're slowing it down. The NBC it. Yeah, I think he scores here. So I think the Mets have just taken the lead in the bottom of the 7th. In typical Pirates fashion, taking out Paul Skenes for whatever reason. No, because his pitch count's too high. Ooh, yeah, you don't want to win the game. As the Mets now are going to be up 3-2. I don't think it's an error, but we're going to hold on. They might rule it an error. They're saying Pete Alonso singled, so no, I don't think it's going to be an error. The call stands. Mets are up 3-2. Pretty disastrous inning. Or bottom half of the inning. Again, they scored a run, which is amazing. They really don't do that in the top half of the 7th. But here in the bottom of the 7th, the Mets have put up 2 to take the 3-2 lead. So that's going to bring up Brandon Nimmo. He's 1 for 3 on the day, batting .227. OPS is .722. That's going to be outside ball 1. Hayes just usually so good. You'd expect. I mean, it's not going to be an error, but I feel like he could have made the play, but it was hit hard. The 1-0 was going to be down low, ball 2. Nimmo with 8 home runs and 25 RBIs on the year. 2-0 count. Holderman sets and delivers. That's going to be in there, a called strike. As my voice is starting to deteriorate, and I do apologize. My voice not 100% today. I did call 2 softball games for the radio station this past weekend. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be popped up. Hayes running to get it in foul territory and makes the catch at the net for out number 3. So the Pirates lose the lead here in the bottom of the 7th. The score is now Mets 3, Pirates 2. All right, what do we have here? Cardinals defeat the Phillies 3-2. Nationals, Braves are tied at 3 apiece at the bottom of the 9th. Cubs up 5-0 on the Marlins in the bottom of the 6th. Rockies still up 1-0. No hitter still intact. Oh, it's Chase Dollander. He's the pitcher. Wow. They're up 1-0 over the Rangers in the bottom of the 6th. Royals up 7-0 over the Astros in the top of the 5th. And there are more games supposed to get underway in about 30 or 40 minutes or so. The Cleveland Indians winning 5-0 over the Brewers. And the Tigers defeat the Red Sox 14-2. Not on here, no. So for the radio station, I'm kind of like the backup sports guy there. We're covering one of the local teams in my area, and there's a baseball game that day, so the main guy went to that, and I did the softball game on Friday night and Saturday night, and it was pretty fun. The team won, so hopefully there's another situation where the games are on the same day and he'll have to go to the baseball and out through the softball. I mean, I really have a preference. I just like calling games, so whenever I get to call a game, it's fun. It's fun. Now, I obviously like doing this, but, I'm just trying to build whatever I can at the radio station and hopefully, on to better things possibly. We'll see what happens. I just started there, so that's just kind of a long-term thing. But, yeah, no, I do work at a radio station. Mostly, though, in the production room where I, record commercials. I do I do this type of voice for the commercials, and I kind of use that sometimes for the games, but it does take a lot because it's obviously not natural. I'm not a natural. It doesn't come natural. This is all for fake voice or whatnot. Anyway, if you like what you see, guys, hit that subscribe button. I do baseball and football games, so if you like sports in general, really just hit that subscribe button. This is the channel for you. Don't hesitate to be a stranger. Don't worry about me hating on you. It probably won't happen. Probably have a nice conversation with you unless you just want to take personal shots. Then, hey, draw the line there, I guess. Haven't had to worry about that, though, as that is a ball inside for ball 1. Or if you hate on Big Ben, then we're going to have a problem. Big Ben is childhood hero, football-wise. 1-1 count, football-wise. I want to make that clear. Bart is 0 for 2 with the walk. 286 OPS of 781. 1-1 count. Nunez delivers. Bart sends this to left. And this one's at the warning track. Jumping. Oh, and he makes the catch. Nimmo robs a potential home run. In the top of the 8th, the Mets still hanging on to the lead. Bart looking like he hit it off the bat well. He actually was just jogging immediately. Good swing. Nimmo with that great catch. Wow. Do you play MLB The Show? I saw a guy streaming it and practicing his announcing. I do play MLB The Show, and that would have actually been gone. That's crazy. Frazier's pinch hitting for Gorski. So I guess Triolo's going to move to first. I do play MLB The Show. I actually had a little franchise mode I was doing here on the channel. It kind of died out, so I stopped worrying about it. I do a little bit I actually did my college football. Here's the 1-0. That's a swing and the miss. Strike one. I did like a kind of a play-by-play in color for like my college football dynasty I did, which was on Twitch, but then I just posted the live streams here. Didn't really get a lot of views. It was just to start it up here. 1-1 is now 1-2, as that's a swing and a miss, strike two. But I don't know. With baseball, I don't really do it. Probably because I lose a lot, so I don't really. All I do is lose on the show, so probably not as enthusiastic when I play the game to do color or play by play. Here's the 1-2 to Frazier. That's going to be high for ball two. 2-2 count to Frazier. Nunez sets and delivers the 2-2, and this one is going to be fouled back. So the count remains at 2-2 as the Mets again taking the lead here in the bottom of the seventh. It's currently the top of the eighth, and Bart leading off the eighth with a potential home run, but Nimmo robbing it before my very eyes to keep the game in the Mets' favor as Frazier sends this to left, but this is once again fouled. All I play is Road to the Show, pretty much. Yeah, I was playing a little bit of that. It was pretty fun, but I guess I just switched to Diamond Dynasty because I normally don't play it, but a friend of mine was like, hey, you should play it. I'm like, all right, I'll play it. So I kind of team up with him, and that one's going to be high, ball three. I haven't played with him, actually, in a few weeks, so I wonder if he thinks I hate him. I've just been doing this over the radio station, just been really busy the last few weeks. No time to rest or do anything. Again, when my wife is good, I usually try to get a broadcast in. 3-2, grounder to second. That's going to be thrown to first for out number two. So yeah, I'm trying to grow. This would be neat to get to one of the milestones I have. Don't think it happens, but it'd be great if it does. It would be fantastic. That's going to bring up Isaiah Kiner Falefa. He's 2 for 3 with the home run today. Batting .291. OPS of .711. That's going to be inside ball one. .1-0 count here to IKF. Nunez delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Pirates not looking. Oh, pardon me. That's strike one. Pardon me. Brain fart there. Nunez sets and delivers. That's going to be in the dirt for ball two. So it's 2-1. 2-1 count. My bad. Again, if you guys are any Mets fans, I've for some reason done a lot of Mets games as of late, so don't think it's just a Pirates channel. I understand. You're looking at a Pirates fan. Steelers fan, really, but Pirates are in baseball season. But I don't just call Pirates game, I call random games. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be a called strike. 2-2. So, again, if you're a baseball fan, definitely the channel for you. It's free. Don't feel like I'm going to charge you or call, YouTube's not going to send you the bill for subscribing. Despite them wanting me to charge you, I decided no. I'm thinking about you in these tough times as IKF pops it up, and Lindor is under it for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the 8th. Your score, Mets 3, Pirates 2, and Nimmo, again, robbing Bart of a game-tying home run. All right, let's see. We have, again, the Cardinals beat the Phillies 3-2. Braves, they, I believe, just won against the Nationals 4-3. So that one is over. Cubs over the Marlins 5-0. Rangers, the no-hitter. It's done. Rangers up 2-1 over the Rockies. Still only allowed one hit, but I guess he walked and then hit a home run, I'm assuming. Rangers up 2-1 at the top of the 7th. Royals up 7-0 over the Astros in the bottom of the 5th. And again, the other games are warming up. The Indians over the Brewers 5-0. Tigers over the Red Sox 14-2. And the Braves, again, that one is officially done. Braves winning 4-3 over the Nationals. I appreciate the sub, man. Yeah, I'll be here for all Mets and Pirates. Yeah, well, thank you, man. I'll try to do Mets games. I do have some Diamondbacks fans that have subbed. Yeah, pretty much. Any game I've done, I've gotten subs from it. And I do try to go back to like the Diamondbacks did them. Actually, it was Diamondbacks and Mets. I have some Padres and Mariners fans. I have some Red Sox fans, which I haven't went back to the Red Sox. I really need to do that. Some Cubbies, which they're a Pirates rival, so it makes it a little easier. But yeah, no. I try to do a bunch, but again, for some reason, I've done a lot of NL. I don't know why. I can actually show you a little bit here. Pirates, Mets. Yeah, again, the Mets, for some reason lately, have just been Mets, Cardinals, Pirates, Cubs. There was the Red Sox, Giants. All right, here's Holderman. He's going to start it off against Vientos with the called strike. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I do random games. And I've been recommended a few, so if you have a recommendation, just let me know. Here's the 0-1 to Vientos, and that one's going to be sent foul. 0-2 count. Vientos batting .245, 726 OPS, 5 home runs, and 17 RBIs. And he's going to ask for time as Holderman realizes now and steps off. Holderman sets. And delivers. And Vientos sends this to center. Canario is under it and makes the catch for out number 1. Besides the owners, who are the Pirates' biggest rivals? Man, you kind of, I don't know. I would say that's it. Really? I think we hate everybody in the NL Central. Cubs, big rivalry there. Brewers, the Reds, Cardinals. Not so much the Cardinals, I guess. That's always because they've been usually really good and we've always been bad. We've been kind of fighting for the others to not finish last since I've been, born. 1-0 count to McNeil. And then I guess non-Central rivals would be Braves and Phillies. 1-0 count, and that's going to be in the dirt, ball 2. So I would say those teams. Just the NL Central and then add on the Braves and Phillies. 2-0 count here to McNeil. Again, he's 1 for 2 with a walk. I would assume the Mets probably with the Phillies and Braves. Yankees. That's going to be checked. The check swing there. He did not go. 3-0 count. Yeah, probably Mets. Yeah, Mets would probably be Phillies, Braves, and then Yankees. Just my guess. And I guess the Dodgers now, I don't know if you would consider them just a 3-0, and that's going to be taken for a called strike. 3-1 count to McNeil. Holderman sets and delivers the 3-1. That's outside ball 4. So McNeil is going to be on first, and that's going to bring up Francisco Alvarez. He's 0 for 2 with the walk in this one. If you're a Pittsburgh Pirates fan in the chat, well, you're probably not in the chat, but you got a $1 hot dog night whenever you take on the Brewers in the next homestand. I don't remember when that was. My bad. So check your local listings, I guess. I don't know. Oh, and count here to Alvarez. That's a swing and a miss. Joey Wentz is up in the bullpen for the Pirates. Holderman sets, looks at first, and delivers. That is taken for a called strike. And we got Brazoban warming up in the Mets bullpen. 0-2 count to Alvarez. 1 out, runner on first. Bottom of the 8th, and actually we're going to have a batter timeout. So we're going to chill out for another 20 seconds. Again, I do thank everyone for stopping by and letting me be your entertainment tonight as we have a pickoff attempt, but not even close. So I'm just, again, calling random games. So if this is what you like, if you're unable to watch it due to that stupid blackout, I got you covered. I do. Stupidest rule in sports. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be low for ball 1. 1-2 count. Holderman sets and delivers. Alvarez gets under it and pops it up. Frazier saying he's got it, and he does for out number 2. That's going to bring up Taylor. He was hit by a pitch. That's right. He was hit by a pitch in the 7th. So Holderman sets again. Looks at McNeil at first, and delivers. Oh, that gets away. That was just a wild pitch. Davis had no chance there to save that one. So McNeil's gonna cruise into second. No throw, nothing, because that was just. I don't know. Holderman. I don't know what happened to him. Former Met, so you guys might know him. Holderman sets as he tries to keep McNeil at second. That's going to be taken for a called strike. Again, Holderman, he was so dominant. I would say he was really good, really solid for us until I would say June of last year. And ever since June of last year, that guy has been very awful. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be just inside ball 2. And they're like, well, let me Google Holderman. Holderman, man, he can't be that bad. What was he last year? Oh, yeah, 3.16. That's not bad. Well, considering he had a 1 for a good bit of the year. ICAF throws to first with a ground ball and gets him out for out number 3. So we head to the top of the 9th. Last chance for the Pirates. Your score, Mets 3, Pirates 2. Yeah, Holderman's just been bad. I think he can get better. I mean, he's shown that he can be really good, but oh well. All right, possibly my final check around the league, because again, the Pirates probably not scoring. Trash cans. Cardinals again winning over the Phillies 3-2. Cubs, they are up on the Marlins 5-2 in the bottom of the 7th. The Rangers up 2-1 on the Rockies in the top of the 7th. Royals up 7-0 over the Astros in the top of the 6th. The Angels Padres are now underway. 0-0 as they head to the bottom of the 1st. Yankees Mariners 0-0 as they head to the bottom of the 1st. D-backs up 1. They are not. That was fake news. It's in the top of the 1st. I got the 1 confused for some reason. 0-0 versus the Giants. The Indians won 5-0 over the Brewers today. The Tigers won 14-2 over the Red Sox. And the Braves, they beat the Nationals 4-3. Today as well. And again, for the final time, most likely, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I do random games, random baseball games, a lot of Pirates games, not going to lie. But again, I have done Mets games. I'll go and show you if you don't believe me. Look at me. Look at the last few days. Look at that. Mets. Look at that. Another Mets game. Mets game here. 5 Mets games. Just randomly Mets games. And again, if you're a football fan, if you're a Giants, Jets fan, whatever, Steelers fan, Cowboys fan, I guess I'll let you hear. It's fine. Patriots fan, okay, all right. I don't know. We're kind of pushing it there. I'm just kidding. But any fan, really, just feel free to subscribe. I look forward to football later down the road. I'm a big football fan. I say that reigns supreme in my life as far as sports are concerned, so I am looking forward to that. And if you haven't done a good deed today, there you go. Subscribe to this little old channel of Dr. Delay. That's going to bring up Brazoban. He's on the mound for the save. 1.13 ERA, opponent batting average of 152. He's just been pretty solid. He has one save on the year. As that's going to bring up Canario, so bottom half of the lineup here. So again, if you're a Pirates fan, not much to cheer for, as none of these guys are batting over 159. Canario's batting 151 here, and that one's fouled off. So again, Pirates fans, hello Trisk, how's it going? Missed a great football conversation earlier, Trisk. You would have loved it. Loved it. You would have loved it. There was talking about who was better, Marino or Ben. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball up the middle, and Canario now holds the highest batting average of the 100 trio there, as he's now 167. Yeah, he gets to catch the last out. So congratulations, as that's going to bring up Triolo's actually gotten on base 2 of the 3 times here. He's 1 for 2 at the walk. So the Pirates, runner on first. G1 Bay is actually going to replace Canario, which I thought Canario was fast, but I guess not. I said Marino was the better quarterback, but Marino was the better passer, but Ben had the better career. All right, here's the pitch to Triolo, and that's going to be in there for ball 1. Triolo got a call. Pirates getting a call. 1-0 count here. Brazoban delivers. This one's ripped foul. 1-1 count here. Triolo batting 159 on the year, OPS of 495. Yes, this is a professional baseball player. He actually won the Gold Glove last year for utility, believe it or not. Gold Glover right here at the plate. Of course, that doesn't help you at the plate. Here's the 1-1. And this one, it's off Lindor's glove. And this one scatters into center. Bay's going to chill at second. Oh, my goodness. Lindor had it. 2-time Gold Glover Lindor. Just a simple off the webbing of the glove. It was hard hit. I'll give him that, but I feel like should have had it. Yep, that will be an error. It is an error. So runners on first and second. No outs, and that brings up a very likely double play possibility in Henry Davis, former number 1 overall pick for the Pirates. 118 batting average, OPS of 395. But I'm pulling for him. He's bunting, and this one's popped up, and that one is going to be foul. Ooh, my goodness. Acuna was hustling to it. Popped up the bunt. Acuna just a step away. Of course, no advance from second. Ready for double play. 0-1. He's squaring again. Gets the bunt down. Bay's going to get to third. Acuna throws to first for out number 1. So no double play here. In fact, I guess they heard me complaining about him because they did the move over. No double play here possible unless I guess the Pirates it's possible. So that's going to bring up Brian Hayes, 1 for 3 on the day with a walk. Davis was chugging down the line. I'll give him credit. He was moving. Did force Acuna to make a good throw, and the throw was slightly off. McNeil, though, making a nice catch. So infield is in. They are in. Brian Hayes. Ground ball to third. Oh, it's off Acuna! Hayes scores! No, Hayes doesn't score. I'm sorry. Bay scores. Hayes called out at first. Hayes thought he made it. Bay has scored. Regardless, Hayes thinks he scored, or he didn't score, but he made it. He got his safe. I can't say what I want. Let's look at it again. Well, I can look at it again. Off Acuna's mitt. Acuna throws to first. They're not showing the freaking first base thing. Takes an unfortunate hop for Acuna. Looks at third. Throws to first. And, oh, that is so close. Usually tie goes to the runner. Are they going to say, oh, man, I think he's safe. I think he's safe. No bias. I think he tied it. So they are reviewing this now. Currently, as it sits, runner on third, 2 outs. But, of course, if he's ruled safe, then it'll be runners on the corners with 1. He's safe. He's got to be safe. But, I mean, again, we've seen reviews with NFL, college football, baseball, even if you... They're overturning the call. He is safe. The Pirates have tied it up in the top of the 9th, so we will definitely go to the bottom of the 9th. But will the Pirates have the lead or not is the question. So we're going to have a mound visit here. Brazoban, who's been so good, has looked shaky all of a sudden. Again, his ERA was, a 1.13? Which, again, the error really kind of frustrating him, if I had to guess. ERA moves up to a 1.46. And that's going to bring up Brian Reynolds, who has just been in a slump. He can't seem to get out of it. 0 for 4 on the day. Does have an RBI because he pushed home a run. But he has just been struggling really all year. He had a nice stretch there for about a week or two to get his OPS above 600, but it's dipped below 600 now. Reynolds batting from the left side. Brazoban sets and delivers. Ground ball to second. There's 1. There's 2. A double play. So Reynolds grounds into a double play as his struggles continue. As we head to the bottom of the 9th, your score 3-3. Pirates and Mets are tied. And I believe David Bednar is going to be out here for the bottom of the 9th, so I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's what we have. Again, he hasn't been too bad since coming back up from AAA. All right, looking at the scores, didn't think I'd be here again. I thought the Pirates were going to lose, to be honest with you. Cardinals up 3-2, or they win 3-2 over the Phillies earlier today. Cubs winning, or they're up 5-2. I don't know. I can't speak right now. I'm actually shocked. All right, Cubs 5, Marlins 2, top of the 8th. Rangers up 2-1 over the Rockies as they head to the top of the 8th. Royals up 7-0 over the Astros in the top of the 7th. Angels, Padres 0-0. As they head to the top of the 1st. Yankees, Mariners up 1-0 as they head to the top of the 2nd. D-backs, Giants 0-0 in the bottom of the 1st. The Indians won 5-0 over the Brewers. Tigers up, they won 14-2 over the Red Sox. Braves won 14-3 over the Nationals. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I do Pirates games. I also do Mets games. This is the 5th Mets game, so don't think I'm literally just Pirates games here, man. I guarantee you the Pirates and Mets have not played 5 times up to this point. Also, if you like football, definitely hit that subscribe button. It's free. And if you haven't done a good deed for the day, well, there you go. There's your subscription. There's your good deed. Help out this small channel grow. Did the Pirates tie it? Yes. So Brazoban was kind of getting hit on. Lindor actually had an error. Shore double play. Went off his glove. Went into the center field. And then sacrifice bunt by Davis moves the runners up from first to second and third. And then a crazy bang play. Hayes hits it to Acuna at third. It goes off his glove. He gets it, throws to first, base scores. And then we had a double play to get out of that inning. Aaron passed ball down third base. Yes. That pretty much sums it up. Trisk, thank you. Reynolds pulled the inning. Yeah, he did kill the inning. Reynolds, I don't know what's going on with him. He's usually so good. All right, Bednar has lowered his ERA down to a 4. This guy's ERA was 60-something at one point. Then it was in the 20s for a while. So, trust me, that's really good for where he's been. He's settled down a lot. So, Acuna is down to 0-2 already. He's he is 1 for 3 on the day currently. Bednar delivers, swings and a miss. He struck him out for out number 1. And that's going to bring up Francisco Lindor, 2 for 4 with a strikeout. 305 batting average, OPS of 879. So the Mets here thought it was going to be a sure win, especially again, Paul Skenes only allowing 1 run, and then sure enough, they take him out. The bullpen blows his chance for a win, allowing 2 runs as soon as they take him out. Here's the first pitch to Lindor. Lindor fouls this one back. So, yeah, Skenes pitched 6 innings, didn't allow a run. Ferguson comes in, allows 2 runs. Bart in the top of the 8th almost had a solo shot home run to tie it, and then it was robbed by Nimmo. Nimmo stole a home run from Bart. Pirates, of course, scoring 1 in the top of the 9th. Lindor, ground ball to second. Oh, it's underneath Isaiah Kiner Falefa. Bay hustles and throws it in. I think it went off the bag, or maybe he was anticipating because it was right over the second base. I'd love to see a replay on this. 1 hops. Oh, it hit the bag. Oh, that's so unlucky. Takes a completely different bounce than what he was used to, as it just rolls off the bag into center. So 1 man on here with 1 out. In steps in Juan Soto. He's 0 for 3 with the walk. He does have an RBI. And he also is struck out in this one. Batting .247 on the year. OPS of 830. Bednar again has bounced back from a terrible start to the year and a terrible ending. Here's the first pitch. And that one, making me look like an idiot, is that singled into center. Bay throws it in, but Lindor is already standing at third with runners on the corners with 1 away. So the winning run is at third. In steps in a guy that started off the season amazing and can argue he's still playing all right. 1034 OPS, averaging, his batting average is .318, as he's 1 for 4 on the day with an RBI. Trisk is already calling it. Mets winning 4-3, very likely. Of course, you can't leave out 6-3 here. Come on here, and that's going to be outside ball 1. Wouldn't surprise me, a 3-run shot. Alonso, .318, OPS of 1034, 9 home runs, 35 RBIs. And we're only in May, guys. Early May. Well, I think it's middle May now. 1-0 count. Checked his swing. A ball in the dirt. He did not go. 2-0 count. Davis asking for a new ball. He'll send it back to Bednar. Bednar again, kind of bouncing back from a terrible stretch from the last year to the beginning of this year in April. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a taken for a called strike. Two and 1 count here to Alonso. You saw the next batter? Okay, did you? Well, that's unfortunate because this is live on the little computer. Here's the 2-1. Inside, ball 3. Bednar is like a vacuum. He sucks. Not looking great right now. 3-1 count. Bednar delivers. Alonso sends this to right, and this should do it as Reynolds catches it, throws home. Lindor's jogging home and scores. The Mets win 4-3 as Alonso gets the sacrifice fly to win it. So the Pirates will fall to 14-28. Yep. And the Mets move to 27-15. As they started off really well, then they kind of struggled as of late, but they looked another 500 as of late. So the Pirates trying to somehow make the Rockies look impressive. I'm just kidding. That's not possible. All right. Well, thank you, Trisk, for that. I know you're a wizard. You're just that amazing. But that's going to do it for me. I do want to thank everyone for watching. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Again, never be a stranger. You feel free to chat about whatever you like. Again, we were talking about football earlier, which is always awesome. And again, if you're a football fan, definitely hit that subscribe button, as I look forward to football season probably as much as you do as well. But that's going to do it for me. I'm going to relax for the rest of the night, and you guys all have a great day. Congratulations to the Mets fans. And we loser Pirate fans will weep and cope and try to figure out what we're going to do with our lives. Because why was I raised to be a Pirates fan, Trisk? Well, ask him. He's my father. He brought me up to be a loser. There you go. All right, you guys have a good one. Y'all have a great day. Trisk, you have a good night as well. And Lounge Singer, it was a pleasure meeting you. Hopefully I see you around in the future as well. Y'all have a great one.